now time for Big D Energy with four-time Stanley Cup champ Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule. Live on the Woodward Sports Network, 99.1 and 93.5 The Roar, the Woodward Sports app, and anywhere you listen to podcasts. Let's talk some sports. It's Big D Energy.
Well, it's not the show you expect, but it's the show you wanted that you never knew you wanted. My name is Stick, filling in for Neil Rule today. That is Adam Baydoun. Four-time Little League champion Adam Baydoun in the building.
That's right.
This is called Big Fish Energy now. We're totally rebranding the show because Fish is in for Sam Flannel. So really the only person...
I'm not wearing a flannel. I know you can...
Yeah, where's your flannel, dude?
I should have got a flannel, honestly.
You should. The only person that's a part of this show regularly that's in that booth right now is Spencer. So Spencer,
down, baby, repping Big D.
Hold down that Big D. You got a lot of you got a lot on your plate. You got to hold down all the Big D energy over there.
You know, hey, I can do it too. Trust me, I can do it.
This is going to be a fun show. We got lots of stuff to talk about. Obviously, Tom Brady getting paid. The Tigers actually won a game and scored some runs. Lions' strength of schedule. But first, before we start this, Adam, Terry Foster was on your morning show this morning, the Morning Woodward show, as he's on pretty much every day of every week. And after the show, I was in the back working on my computer, doing some prep, and he said, Stick, did you watch the show today? I said, no, I've been kind of like prepping for, I'm going to be on with Dmac. And he said, well, we kind of trashed you a little bit today.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, oh, well, what'd you say? He's like, no, like nothing really too bad. What the hell did y'all say this morning, Adam?
So
now that I'm here, Adam.
So actually, technically, it wasn't me, by the way. Fish can confirm.
Who was it?
It was Terry brought
Foster.
it up.
Yeah.
So I was mocking Lions fans because they're 10-7 limo last year. Basically, Art. I told everybody in the morning show that we fired Art because of the 10-7 limo thing.
Accurate.
And then he said, well, Stick included. And then I said, Stick, if I remember correctly, was one of the people that said the Lions would win 6 straight games. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I said they go 8-9.
Yes,
but
you
part
said
of
there
that was a 6-game
yeah,
winning streak. Yep.
So that was the crap on Stick moment.
Okay, so
It wasn't awful. He made more of it than it was.
Yeah, I wasn't on the 10-7 bandwagon.
No.
I like that's what frustrates me so bad about my selection last year for their record. I predicted them to have a losing record, and people are like, "You're a homer." And it's like, yeah, but it's a losing record.
Yeah.
It's a losing record.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I said 3 the whole way.
All right. Well, just like Will Smith says, keep my name out your mouth in the morning show. All right.
I predicted them to go 2-14-1, so I was literally one off.
Good for you.
Damn Packers.
My fantasy football name last year was Lions 0-17.
Really?
Yeah, it was depressing.
It was.
And it looked like it was going to happen last year.
And
Fish, is that you commenting on Facebook or commenting on YouTube?
No, it is not.
Oh, there's another Sam Fisher? All right.
Is there?
Thank you, Sam Fisher. Love seeing you back in the chair. I'm like, Fish is over there in the booth right now messaging us on YouTube. And shout out to everybody on YouTube right now. But yeah, I needed to address that because Terry had that little smirk that Terry gets.
Not that dramatic.
I was like, okay.
He probably knew Dmac wasn't coming in today.
Yeah, we did not know Dmac wasn't coming in. Dmac, if you're out there watching right now, we wish you the best.
Here.
Yeah, come on.
I have work to do.
We got a show to do, and Adam is filling in right now. But let's talk about DCFC. Lost last night. Fish is wearing the shirt. Neil Rule, that's why he is out. He was calling a DCFC game last night. You've been to a DCFC game, right?
I haven't.
You haven't?
I have not.
You of all people, you're like the biggest soccer fan here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. American soccer sucks. Sorry.
Okay, it's not.
I'm sorry.
Hold
Look, and
on.
DCFC are really good, by the way. They're actually so good. Why I'll never invest a minute of my time is because the American system is broken. Because they will never be able to go into the MLS unless they invest hundreds of millions of dollars.
You like the regulation that they do?
I think it's needed.
Do you think that would apply to like the NFL?
You could never though, right? Because you're messing with their money. In America, the system we have is insane. But again, in Europe, there's 32 NFL teams. Go find me a football team in America that's comparable to an NFL team. You can't. The problem is, and overseas, some soccer teams in the lower division are actually better than some of the teams in the higher tier division. And that's what you see with DCFC. They're actually a lot better, I'd say. I could list 4, 5, 6 MLS teams right now that they could probably be off the top of my head. And they actually did not too long ago, by the way.
Okay.
I know it was against the reserves, but you had national team players on there.
Yeah,
Anyways,
you did.
The point is, I will never invest a minute of my time until the MLS gets their crap together.
But it's good. It's not bad soccer.
No, it's not bad soccer.
And the
but-
atmosphere is crazy.
it's amazing.
At Keyworth.
Yeah, great
it's crazy
atmosphere.
there. They just got in trouble. Like the owners put out they
did.
can't put
Long
swear
thread.
words on their T-shirts or on their signs anymore.
Yeah, I can't
because
talk
they're
about-
getting some nationally televised, games. You can't. ESPN's not going to allow that on TV. So they're kind of playing by the rules, and it's kind of pissing off some of the fans. But don't swear. It's not hard, is it, Adam?
No, it's very hard. I'm currently on probation for drug references and swear words.
We'll dial them back a little bit. Other things on the prep that we wanted to touch on early in the show. Dominic Raiola.
Yep.
His son committed to Ohio State University. He's pretty much the number one prospect. I know Raiola. Like, Raiola used to party in the clubs all the time when he was on the Lions. Like, he would be at Venue in Dearborn. He would be at Tonic in Pontiac. Raiola was a funny, funny dude. And one of my favorite Dominic Raiola moments is when he threatened to fight any fan on his lawn if they wanted to show up at his house. Like, that's the type of nastiness you need at center.
Maybe not a quarterback. We'll see how much his son is. It's amazing. Good for him. Ohio State, I think, a great opportunity for him. But that doesn't mean he's going to be the Ohio State quarterback. Remember, what was his name? Jack Ewers, or the number one, basically the highest recruited quarterback ever to come out of high school, committed to Ohio State. And I think he transferred now. C.J. Stroud beat him out. Maybe he's still there. I'm not sure if he transferred. But the point is, it doesn't matter if you're the number one prospect going to Ohio State. They have 2-3 number one prospects basically at quarterback every year.
Yeah, I mean, you look back at when they had Justin Fields there, and God, why can't I think of his name? Like the Cardell Jones, like that era.
Dwayne Haskins,
when they were just like cycling through guys, and then you look at a guy like Joe Burrow, who's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
He couldn't even play.
Goes to LSU, wins a national championship, but couldn't get on the field at Ohio State. Really bizarre, right?
Fit matters, and Dominic Raiola's son, I haven't seen him play. He better be fast. He better be mobile, because if you're just a pocket quarterback and you're extremely talented, great. You should go somewhere else. Ohio State is not the place, even though, to be fair to Ohio State, C.J. Stroud in the pocket this past year, phenomenal.
The chat's saying that number one recruit quarterback is now at Texas.
There you go.
Yeah. Which you should be able to get some playing time at Texas. That program has taken a dump, man. Like, Texas used to be up there.
Yeah,
and now it's like, Texas? Who cares?
I'm a big brand and college football guy. I want to see USC, Miami, Texas, Oklahoma, Michigan, Bama, LSU, Georgia. I want to see those teams at the top. I think that's really good for college football.
Yeah, it is. I mean, whenever those pure bloods and like the old school
the
names.
originals.
Yeah, and that's why I think that's why like Michigan gets so much hype too. Even sometimes it's not needed and sometimes not necessary. Like the preseason after spring rankings came out and Michigan was ranked 6th in the nation. So like, they always get that benefit of the doubt going into the season just because of their lineage, really.
Yeah. And again, it sells too. That's a big part. That's why all these media companies cover them, because they sell. If Texas wins 10 games this year, ratings will be off the chart for every network that covers Texas.
So randomly, I get the Longhorn Sports Network as part of my
Your TV
cable
deal?
package.
Interesting.
And I wind up watching more
Horns.
Texas weird sports like girls volleyball. Their girls volleyball team is absolutely ridiculous. And girls volleyball, as Fish knows, is one of my favorite things to watch. Right, Fish?
Yes, it is.
You like the beach volleyball, Fish?
It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine.
What do you think about the lingerie football league, buddy?
Oh, yeah.
I don't watch it.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
I
It's
just don't
sports.
watch it. It is sports, but
Are you sexist? You don't support women in sports?
no, I do support women in sports. I just don't watch.
Do you watch women's cricket?
A little bit, actually. A little bit. I watched the Women's Cricket World Cup. Pretty exciting.
I did not. That was a joke. I didn't know that was an actual thing. I didn't even know there was women's cricket.
I mean, they got a slightly smaller field, but that's similar to softball.
Well, speaking of women's sports,
What?
did you see the WNBA wants to expand and maybe
They
we get the
do.
Shock back here in
They're
Detroit?
not coming back to Detroit.
They should.
They
Bring
should.
Bill Lambier back.
That's the only way I'd support it.
Well, I
You're
don't
expanding 2 teams to lose more money. Great
but
business model.
they're not going to play in the LCA. I hope you guys realize this. They're not going to put 3 teams in the LCA around the same time.
Yeah, but they
play in the
could
summer.
play at the where the G League teams play.
Oh, Wayne State.
Yeah, Wayne
Fish,
State.
can you
Smart.
confirm with me that the NBA, the WNBA, is a losing product every year in terms of revenue? They lose money every year,
I mean,
correct?
I would say they do.
Their gross is, and they're going to expand 2 teams. Can somebody add that up for me?
Well,
the NBA
Adam,
is just going to continue to pay.
the NBA floats them.
Yeah,
that's
the
essentially
NBA is
it.
paying them.
I'm not. By the way, I am really not trying to be ignorant right now, but that's just what it is. This is some BS.
You think the NBA uses it as like a tax
You
write-off?
might as oh yeah. I mean
that's,
we do that
that's
here.
a major loss, right? Whenever you own multiple businesses,
You
you
never-
kind of want one to take a loss, right?
And you know Adam's right, because the WNBA, they can't fly everyone on private jets.
Oh, I
'Cause
know.
not all
Some
the
teams were
owners can
mad
afford
that
it, yeah.
some teams were flying on private jets, other teams were flying commercial, and that created a whole like rift between different teams.
Is Brittany Griner still in Russia? By the
Dude,
way.
Yes.
we
Yeah,
were talking.
she is.
I was talking about that last night. She's
Yep.
still in Russia.
Yeah, she's still there. She can't get out.
Oh my god.
Dude, and we don't even know if she actually had that pen on her or if somebody planted it on her. Can you imagine being stuck in a
mean,
Russian prison for a month,
I would assume she had it on her.
2 months, just
That's
with no
awful.
end in sight?
Oh, believe me. I mean, never mind. Yeah, it's horrible.
But you wouldn't want the shock back here.
Oh, I would.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
No, I mean the shock when I was growing up, they were winning titles.
It was
I
amazing.
think I went to a few games.
Yeah, look, I
think.
think the problem women's basketball has is it's very tough to market. They've done not a great job, in my opinion, of marketing it. Forget the actual play on the court, even though that matters. We have to be honest here. I'd rather watch college basketball, women's, than the WNBA. I am more intrigued personally as a viewer, as a consumer. I actually watch women's college basketball 99% more likely than I would women's professional basketball. It's just
I love
dumb.
how you're struggling just to make it through that.
The Final Four, definitely.
I'll watch women's something or
You know, like
I
that
ain't
chick,
watching.
that chick
I
at
ain't
UConn.
watching.
Yo, the chick at UConn right now. Like I'm watching actual games because of her.
I watch women's
I'll
tennis
watch.
and
What's
women's
her
golf.
name? God damn it.
The NBA loses about $10 million a year, $60 million revenue, $70 million in expenses. Bradley K put in the chat.
By the way, speaking of NBA, I don't know if you guys heard. Can we talk about the NBA going to UAE next year, United Arab Emirates?
Paige
to play
Buchers, that's her name,
preseason
by the way.
games?
About playing over there?
Yeah, they're going to play two preseason games
The
next
NBA
year.
is a global game. I mean, we got to learn to accept it. Look at the MVPs for the past 4 years.
Oh,
have
international.
Yeah.
No
International,
American.
yeah.
Like, I don't know when the next American player to win the MVP is going to come along. Like,
Kate
maybe
Cunningham.
Ja Morant next year.
Oh.
But who?
And they've been Europe, too.
Yeah, who's next? I mean, Luka's probably next up to win an MVP,
100%.
right?
Lakia.
100%.
So we could go almost a decade without an American-born NBA
When's
player.
who's the last American to win it?
Steph.
Curry?
Well,
Okay,
Steph.
makes sense.
I mean, who's next up? It's got to be Ja Morant. He's the only MVP type
I would put
caliber
my money
guy.
on Luka to keep the international streak going. Because he's going to be in, what, year 4, year 5 next year?
Yeah.
You're kind of entering your prime. And I think Dallas are going to put a good number 2 next to him.
Well, and you see, without Luka on that Dallas team,
Oh, they suck.
they're trash. They're and kind of like Ja Morant on
Devin
Memphis.
Booker's a good one, too. That's
Booker
a
is a good one, but Chris Paul plays a
know.
bigger role in that team than
He
the
is the
other
leader
two
of that
have
team.
to compete
He is the leader
with.
of that team.
Well, the leader of the most tasteful vodka that there is Gypsy Vodka. It's summertime. I mean, it's going to be, 97 degrees today because Michigan is bipolar with its weather. And this is where you get to go out, sit on a patio, have yourself a nice lemonade and Gypsy Vodka. Make sure you pick it up at a store near you. It's gluten-free, made here in Michigan, so support some local brands. Gypsy Vodka. Go to gypsyvodka.com today.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Strawberry Fest is back at Big Boy. We brought back some of the classic breakfast items like the strawberry French toast, hot cakes, and waffle. If you're not feeling breakfast, try our new strawberry bacon chicken wrap, crispy chicken wrap, nacho wrap, or strawberry salad. The perfect recipe for springtime. And don't forget to grab dessert, including our berry delicious strawberry pie for only $1.99 with the purchase of $7.99 or more at participating Big Boy locations.
What's going on, everybody? Spencer for the Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck. You know it, you've heard about it. It's the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. There's multiple things you can do. You can host your team building event, corporate party, or just have a good time with family and friends. 2 different ways you can play. They have $12 unlimited open play. You could stay there all day. Some say Dmac's still there from last night, foaling it up. They have a $120 private lane reservation for up to 10 people. You know about their $2 mystery beer vending machine. You put in $2, pots you out a good beer. No hassle, no fuss needed. You want to make a decision? They have multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So go in, check them out in Hamtramck, or go online at foalingwarehouse.com. Again, that is foalingwarehouse.com.
Welcome back to Big Fish Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in for the golden voice, Neil Rule. That is Adam Baydoun, filling in for 4-time Stanley Cup champion. That is
We're all
Fish.
filling in except for Spencer.
Yeah, that is Fish filling in for Flannel Sam, and that is Spencer filling in for Spencer.
Himself.
Yes.
Good job,
You know,
Spencer.
Holding it down, Spence. You're
You
doing
got big
great.
shoes to fill.
Way to get through that foaling.
Yeah,
that was
I don't
impressive.
know why I was struggling so hard with that.
Just think about all that delicious $2 beer. That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
The minute he reads that line, his mind just starts going crazy, and he can't stay focused.
All right, let's get it.
Yeah, last night, the official NHL draft lottery took place. I'm excited for the NBA draft lottery. Red Wings were projected to be about the number 6 pick. They ended up falling 2 spots because the NHL absolutely hates the Red Wings when it comes to the draft, and they will now be selecting 8th. Adam,
They're fine.
What do you think about that 8th spot? I mean,
I love it.
Coming out right now, are there any prospects that are like, you need to get like
It's
a
either
Connor
get number
McDavid
1,
or a...
It's either get 1 or I am very happy at 8. They weren't going to get 1. They didn't. Shane Wright will be the number 1 overall pick. He'll go to Montreal. Yep. This is where things get interesting. If I could just, again, my personal preference, if they could walk away with Joachim Kemmel, if he falls all the way down to 8, maybe he's a projected top 5 pick. We'll have to wait and see. I think Steve Yzerman has already shown you enough, Detroit, that he can find his player. Everybody remembers the Lafreniere draft. You have to get him. You have to get him. You have to get him. Now what? Now what? Nothing.
Right.
He sucks. Lucas Raymond outproducing him. You got him at number 4 overall. Huh?
Razor Raymond, baby.
Razor Raymond, baby. American-wise, outside of Shane Wright, I mean, he's the best American coming out. Jack Hughes is another one, but
I've heard about him for a while.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe 4 or 5 months ago, we were talking about him as a top 7, top 8 pick. Right now, he's fallen pretty drastically. His last 10 games, he hasn't really done much.
What do you think about, like, we haven't really figured out who the head coach is going to be. So do you think you need to figure that out before the draft? Because obviously you're drafting towards that system that you're bringing in. Like yesterday we were talking about Trotz coming in, and you know he's heavily defense. So maybe if you're hiring a coach like that to come in, you want to focus on the best defender that you can get at number 8. But I'm not sure how that messes with Stevie Y's plan. Dmac seems to think that there's a Swedish invasion coming to the Red Wings. I mean, not coming. It's already here. Yep. The next step is just naming the head coach.
Oof. Yeah, I don't think the head coach matters when it comes to who Steve Yzerman will draft, because whoever he does draft will not be in the NHL this year. That I can guarantee you. Shane Wright will be the only player, maybe... Actually, I'm pretty confident that he'll be the only player that I think is going to get called up immediately and really make an impact in the NHL. A lot of these guys are going to have to take a year or two, so it's not going to matter who he drafts at number 8 overall. He needs to address goaltending in the offseason. You're going to have to get a veteran goaltender that can give you balance when Nedeljkovic is struggling. Sit him for 2-3 games. Get some consistent veteran goalie, a consistent veteran goalie in there that's going to give you an opportunity to win games. And then the head coach. I mean, 2-3 months ago, I called for Sergei Fedorov. He's coaching in the Russian league right now. I don't think that's going to happen. I'd love for that to happen. Igor Larionov just took a job, so that's not going to happen. Really, the higher stick when it comes to the head coach, it's going to tell me a lot of Steve Yzerman's intentions.
Yeah.
He got rid of the guy that you quote-unquote develop with, right? You're just tagging along. You're dealing with him until you're ready. You have to get, at worst, a very good head coach. You don't have to get an elite one, but you're going to have to get a damn near elite coach.
That was the discussion Dmac and I were having yesterday. Like, is this next coach the guy that's going to get you over the top? Or is this next coach going to be, I phrase it, because basketball is one of my favorite loves, is this more of like the Rick Carlisle? You need to hire your Rick Carlisle so you can get to your Larry Brown.
See, but Rick Carlisle,
or are we looking for the Larry Brown yet?
But Rick Carlisle, I could argue at the time, was entering elite status. He was very good.
Yeah.
He was a very good
50
coach.
win teams.
So if you can find a very good coach that gets you to 48, 50-plus wins, great. Love it. Then we can have a conversation in 3, 4 years, 5 years. Oh, can he lift the cup with you? Is he that kind of coach? But either way, whoever this next guy is, Stick, you're got to be in the conference final in the next 3, 4 years, in my opinion.
I mean,
or at least competing.
That's the plan, right? We got to at least be in the playoffs, right? I mean, getting those playoff
different.
Lumps. Yeah, but
hockey's a little different because you can walk into the playoffs and just. We've done it before.
Yeah,
we got swept in the first.
It's happened to us too. I mean, you've seen it when we win the President's Cup and come in and get swept by the 8th seed. Those are tough years, and that's the one thing. Yeah, I think you brought it up. Getting a goalie in here, a veteran goalie. That to me, hockey is all about the goalie. If you don't have a good goalie, you might as well just pack it up and never plan on winning a Stanley Cup.
You need an asshole coach, or you need an innovative one. And
bring back Babcock if we want an asshole.
I said asshole, not somebody that's going to assault your players mentally and physically, and probably never mind. We don't need to get into that. The next coach has to be either A, established, very good track record of winning,
right,
or B, is going to have to bring in a style of play that just takes the league by storm, and that could be an extremely high-tempoed zone blitz where you're no longer dumping the puck, but you're using all 5 skaters, not just your forwards, to move up on the ice, which leaves you exposed on the back end, obviously. But those are the only 2 options for me.
How often does that happen in hockey, though? Like football, you constantly see the offenses evolving, putting in different tricks. With hockey, I mean, there's only so much you can do with 5 players on the ice, 3 of them attacking.
You want to laugh at this? Is going to sound so counterintuitive, but it's actually you're more capable of doing it when your players aren't Connor McDavid, Alex Ovechkin, Sidney Crosby.
Not just dominant talent.
Because that alone is difficult. I mean, Austin Matthews. Right now, even Connor McDavid, what does he have? 2 goals, 7 assists in the playoffs right now. 9 points in 5 games. You look at it and say, great. But last night, they lose a game they shouldn't lose. And he sits there with a goal and 2 assists. And I'm like, wow, all that offense for what? When it comes to playoff hockey, you got to defend. You need a hot goaltender. You need your Connor McDavid, your Alex Ovechkin, to be a dirty MFer and be able to take hits. That's what Steve Yzerman did so well. He adapted his game after he was, 120, 130 points every year. He's like, you know what? Let's win. Michael Jordan, let's win.
Well, that was one thing that Dmac brought up yesterday, and for some reason it blew my mind because I never really thought about it in this context. He's like, your team shouldn't be as tough as your toughest player. Your team is as tough as your best player is tough. And, you could have a team full of goons, but if they're not your best player being tough, you're a soft team. Because the minute they start taking out your Steve Yzerman, that type of guy, you're controlling the tempo, you're controlling everything about the game. And when he said that, for some reason it just clicked. It's like, oh, man, having a Dmac is great. But having a tough-ass Steve Yzerman is what makes Dmac even better because they can't target that guy, and now you have your toughness on the back end as well. So I'm going to hold that quote with me for forever. It's not about who your toughest guy is.
Yes.
It's about how tough your best guy is.
Look at Tom Brady, right? The impact he's allowed to have in the NFL. Well, he walks in, and he brings in that winning mindset, perfection, to a losing franchise since their Super Bowl. They just sucked. He walks in, yes, with talent, but he established...
I mean, Bledsoe had that team going to the Super Bowl and stuff like that.
Oh, no, excuse me, I meant the Buccaneers.
Oh, the okay.
Yeah.
All right, I thought you were talking Patriots, Brady.
They get there, and it's like, oh, wow, they immediately... that shift in mentality. It's no longer, oh, we accept a false start in practice. No, that's unacceptable.
Right.
And those little things matter. I think Gronberg is somebody that keeps being brought up, the Swedish coach. I would like to see that.
That's D-Mac's guy.
Is it?
Yep, that's number 1. He said Trotz is number 3 on his list.
Yeah, I'm tired. Look, Trotz is great if the Wings just came off a 48-win season and they underdelivered in the playoffs. And then he can come in, his voice would resonate for a year, at most 2, and then you're going to probably fire him. I like this Gronberg guy. I'm with Dmac. Hell yeah, Dmac. Way to go.
But that's what he thinks about the Swedish. He's like, listen, they've already laid the groundwork with all the Swedish guys, so just bring in this guy who is part of that system, and that's going to be kind of the new offensive or the new way of attacking that you're looking for. Is it's going to be the Swedish way. You know, we did the Russian 5 back in the day and totally changed the game of hockey with wide open passing and speed and skill. Can we do it again with the Swedish map? We'll find out, and it's going to be fun. I mean, that's the one thing about all these Detroit sports teams, well, except the Tigers, because we thought everybody was on the uptrend, and you could still feel that way with the Red Wings, but I don't know. I'm excited to see who that next head coach is going to be. As always, it's nice to have a capable and smart GM to know that you're in good hands. You don't have to panic right now that decision isn't being made immediately. Let's weigh it out, trust in Steve Yzerman, and we'll get to the promised land. I guarantee it. And I got to give a shout out to our people at SMA, the sports marketing agency. If you know anybody that's dealing with mental health or substance abuse, make sure you turn them on to SMA. Just go to thesportsma.com. They also have a podcast out. It's called This Is the F Word, talking about fentanyl and how that drug has affected so many lives. So if you are somebody or if you know somebody that needs that help, make sure you hook them up, because we all need a little help from time to time. Go to thesportsma.com.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Putting on a show here, and that's how you answer.
We love our sports. We just wish they'd love us back. Detroit sports for Detroit sports fans. Woodward Sports.
Hey, I want to tell you a little bit about oddstrader.com. They're the #1 site for all your game day bets. And really, I love this because instead of going to all the different sites trying to find all the best lines, all you got to do is go to oddstrader.com. They had the lines laid out for you. So if you see, a half a point here, a point there, and you're like, oh, I'll take this, I won't take that, you can go to those individual sites and bet straight from oddstrader.com. So make sure you're giving yourself the best odds. Go to oddstrader.com. Welcome back to Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in for Neil Rule. We got Adam Baydoun on the desk, filling in for Darren McCarty. Fish is here, and of course Spencer. Thank you to everybody that's listening to The Roar right now, 99.5 or 93.5 and 99.1. Plus 94.7 HD2 if you got that HD in your car. Thank you guys. And you can also download the app, which is free. And it's available for you in the Google Play or Apple Store. Tom Brady, baby. Can we talk about how awesome the life of Tom Brady is and who's going to play him in his life movie? Because there needs to be, everything this dude touches is magical. And not only is it magical, the dude sets himself up for the future. He just signed a 10-year, $375 million contract with Fox, and it's just a whenever contract. It's not even a, here's your official start date, Tom Brady. It's, you know what, buddy? Whenever you, when he retires, Edelman's hilarious. And it's like, you know what, Tom Brady? You can play till you're 87, and we'll still be here for you.
Yeah, look,
what kind of deal is that?
It's a great deal.
It's the best deal. Fish didn't think it was a good deal. He thinks he's going to screw Fox.
Yeah.
Fish is a European.
Fish is a pessimist.
Maybe.
Fish, you're a European. Here's why it's such a fantastic deal. Number one. Tom Brady just secured the bag. Good for him. F Tom Brady. I could care less about Tom Brady. This is about Fox Sports. That's how you conduct business. You just secured 10 years of ratings, social media following, engagement, and you became younger.
Yep.
Fox just became younger. That is such a big deal. They beat out ESPN. They beat out any reputable network, including Amazon as well, who are trying to get into the game. for Tom Brady. That money is nothing. Keep in mind, in that 10-year contract, the NFL is going to do a new CBA.
Right.
And the TV deal is going to go up in price.
Yep.
And you know what happens when the TV deal goes up in price? Advertisers got to pay more money, which means Fox is going to be making more money, which means that $375 million probably should have been $600 million, but it isn't. It's still $375.
Yeah, it's a great deal at this point.
It's a great deal for Fox.
That's what I was telling Fish. You're locking up the best asset you could possibly lock up
and
before
Tom Brady
he's retired.
is making more money than he is making playing in the NFL. Great. That is insane, by the way.
That's so
Considering
crazy.
he took pay cuts all his career, it's a great move. Great move for Fox. I cannot stress enough how ahead of the 8 ball, actually, Fox are right now. I guarantee you, when Tom Brady retires, immediately, I'm not sure if Fox is publicly traded, by the way, on the stock market. If they are, that's going up, by the way. Number 2, their social media following will grow 10, 15, 20% the moment Tom Brady retires. Number 3, their YouTube, their TV ratings. Every viewership rating metric you can think of will go up significantly because of Tom Brady. The $375 million is pennies to what they'll make with him on the desk.
My favorite comment that I saw yesterday was easy. He said, Fox is never going to win a Super Bowl paying a quarterback $37 million a year. I was dying. You're crushing your salary cap by doing that. But let's take a look around. I mean, you look at the play-by-play guys. It's interesting how color commentators now are becoming the paid guys, and the play-by-play guys, not that they're not making good money. Like Greg Gumbel makes $4 million a year. Harlan only makes $400K a year, which I was shocked at. Nance is making $10 million a year. But then you flip over, right? Buck's making $10 million. Then you flip over, and you got Tony Romo, $17.5, $18 million a year. Tom Brady now making his $37 million a year. And you got guys like Rich Gannon making $100K a year. So the disparity between like the Tom Brady's and the Tony Romos is completely different by the rest of the color commentators. But color commentating is where the fat money is right now.
It's where the fat money is. It's where, again, the viewer is now associated with Tony Romo. Right? Remember the facade of Tony Romo when he first started? Oh my God, this perspective to the game of football.
It was amazing. He's calling out the plays before they happen.
And now with Tom Brady, you're getting Psycho Tom, Funny Tom, you're getting Dad Tom, you're getting a different character now to the broadcasting scene. And as somebody that watches football religiously, I don't care who's calling the game. Who's calling the game will not impact if I'm watching the game or not. But you're damn right, it makes the experience a hell of a lot better. And Tom Brady can suck it, it'd still be a good decision.
Yeah, and you got to wonder if this goes back into the Peyton Manning-Tom Brady rivalry.
You saw Peyton on ESPN?
He's seeing them on ESPN. He's seeing that's the blueprint moving forward. And he's like, all right, ESPN, you paid the Mannings that much? All right, Fox, back that Brinks truck up. I need $37 million a year. And you know what? I'll start whenever the hell I want to start. But what does that do to you if you have Tom Brady employed on your team as well? Because
it offers a
you're like,
lineup.
Oh, this guy can bail at any time.
It offers a lineup that I don't think anybody can compete with. And growing up, ESPN was everything. And when Fox Sports decided to try and compete, everyone laughed and questioned it. And now I could argue Fox Sports is doing a much better job across the board than ESPN. All ESPN, in my opinion, has right now is J.J. Redick, Dan Orlovsky, and Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, and they're pimping Dan Orlovsky. They're putting him on
everything.
Because
he's damn good.
Well, part of the problem with ESPN lately is it's just been a revolving door. They've just been letting go of longtime people, cutting costs, bringing in new people. And they're also, just ESPN's doing what ESPN does. They're not like bringing in guys like Orlovsky and helping them grow to become great. They're just hanging their hat on a couple guys and hoping all these new guys, maybe one pops out of the pack.
Yeah, it's definitely not a system to live by. I think, again, the Tom Brady move elevates Fox even more, and I think they're going to make that money 3-5 times in fold easily. That $375 is nothing. They will make billions off of Tom Brady.
I know, and it's just so crazy. $37 million a year. There's only 17 games in a season. I mean, okay, let's include playoffs. 20 games, right? So he's making almost $2 million a game.
Yeah, but
$2 million a game.
Think about it. Yeah,
to watch football.
But the pregame, the live game, the post game. I mean, you're getting everything. You're getting the social media endorsements. You're getting the TV commercials, social media advertisements, billboard advertisement placements. You're getting everything. It's not just he's doing it. Now he's a part of the Fox Sports family. So when they run their advertisements, you're damn right Tom Brady's going to be in them. They have finessed Tom Brady for $37.5 million, in my opinion.
What I found crazy is that Jim making $30 million a year.
Yo, I saw that too.
Yes.
Rome's awesome. He used to be my favorite.
Rome is getting paid for his exclusivity, by the way. Because remember, he was on ESPN.
Jim Rome
I forget
is
what it was
burning.
called. Jim Rome is burning.
Rome is burning, yep.
And what they did was now he's the CBS radio guy, and that is exclusive across the entire country.
Yeah.
And it's his voice. That's why he's getting paid, and he's damn good at it too.
Similar to what Coward did.
Yep.
You know, like he was with ESPN, then switched on over. You know, and you saw it with Max Kellerman too back in the day. Max Kellerman started out as Stat Boy, and then they gave that to Tony Reale. So he was able to move on, and Kellerman made good money. Then he came back to ESPN.
Yep.
So
and he's still doing boxing for HBO. So
he's great at boxing too. I mean, I love Larry Merchant and everything, but that's like listening to a corpse talk, dude. That guy is old as hell. Like, did he throw the right uppercut there? It's like, no, come on, Larry. Like,
spit it out.
And I love Hubie Brown too in the NBA, but Hubie,
Hubie Brown.
I know, but Hubie was old when the Pistons were going on their run in 04. Hubie now is ancient, but he's still out there dropping knowledge. But to Adam's point, going younger needs to be the wave of the future. And honestly, Tom Brady isn't really going that young. The dude's going to be like 50 before he ever gets on the air, but he's perceived
He retires
young.
after this year.
That's what we said this last year.
Yeah, no. This is the line. I'll tell you why. There are many factors outside of the salary cap issues that this team is about to have. Tom Brady is going to retire because of this deal. No. Seriously. This is a bridge deal. This is I got to make my family happy, and I got to stay
happy. It ain't about the money.
I got to make my family happy, but I want to be a part of football. To play in the NFL requires 100+ hours a week. Being an analyst, definitely during the season requires that same amount, but it's not year round. There's a big difference. He'll have time for family moving forward. This is his last year playing, in my opinion.
Yeah, for Brady, I mean, you got to assume he's a film rat as it is right now, so he's going to continue that, but he doesn't have to like dive as deep. And really for the next 5 years, it's off osmosis and what he already knows about the league, right?
Well, there's that, and on top of that, to be honest with you, he's going to wake up every morning, be able to take his kids to school, do all the parent stuff that he wants to do. Oh, Sunday I have to show up to work. And work all day technically, but throughout the week I could be preparing while my kids are in school. This is next level shit here. Sorry, Justin.
Are we sure that Hubie Brown isn't Fish's grandpa? Can we get somebody in the back to do a side by side of Fish and Hubie Brown?
Oh my God!
Does he look like me?
I didn't see it till you just mentioned it. You can just pull up a picture of Hubie right now and throw it up.
I mean,
Fish, are you related to Hubie Brown?
I wish. I hope. Maybe I am. By the way, I've been wanting to take those Ancestry.com or 23andMe. I want to do it. I think it'd be cool. My dad doesn't care, but I do. I think it's cool to know where my grandparents were.
Yeah, my sister did it for us, and
I don't want to know my family heritage.
Little disappointed in how much Irish. I always thought I was like 50, 60% Irish. I'm like 5%
Irish.
Irish.
If you have an expectation, you might not want to do it. But I don't care what I am. I want to know what I am. I want to know if I'm Irish or Kazakhstanian or Uzbekistan or any. I want to know what I am.
Yeah, I don't want to get into family lineage.
Why?
Adam, that'd be interesting.
I don't want to know.
You don't want to learn?
I don't want to know.
There's Hubie Brown right there. There's Fish right there. Oh my goodness.
Am I supposed to see something?
I'm seeing a young Hubie. That's what I'm seeing right now. Well, Fishy Brown, baby.
Should I pull up young pictures of him?
I don't know if there are pictures of young Hubie Brown.
I guarantee you there is.
I think they're black and white ones. But
yeah, it's him and Sister Jean. You can find those pictures together from back in the day. Which, by the way, Sister Jean wasn't bad looking when she was young.
I bet.
Remember when we pulled those pictures up?
You guys are disgusting.
Catholic girls are always the freakiest too. So
hey man, no comment. I think Fish does look like Hubie Brown. Stick just loves his adult beverages. That is true, Lions Rumble. I absolutely love my adult beverages. Hubie Fish, Emerald Eyes says...
I offered Fish $10K to try alcohol. He wouldn't do it.
You've never tried alcohol, Fish?
Well, I've had alcohol before, like mistakenly drunk alcohol.
What did you drink?
I don't know. It was like some vodka or something a long time ago.
How'd you mistakenly drink it?
Because it was clear. And I guess when I was young, I didn't really see bubbles, so I didn't really care.
A kid.
How old were you, Fish?
9, I think it was.
Oh, that doesn't count,
buddy.
Fish, I'll give you $20 if you do a shot of that gypsy right now.
Dude, I offered him $10K. Yeah. You want to offer him $20?
$10K?
Yes. What if he would have said yes to the 20?
Fish, you won't drink alcohol for 10K?
Fish, I will sell you 10K right now.
10K does something for you.
I'll drink this whole bottle for 10K right now.
Yeah, for
Chunk
real.
style.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything for me.
That's fair.
Fish is about the
You
money.
can keep the money. I don't need gypsy vodka or any drink.
That's fine, Fish. You don't let peer pressure force you into drinking, all right?
Well,
Ever.
I did get peer pressured into flaming hot Mountain Dew or whatever. Did you have it, by the way?
That was
I
gross.
didn't, but
Oh.
a couple weeks ago, I was at a escape room in Royal Oak, and the girls had it there, and we did a tasting there.
Oh, was it the same one, the flaming hot?
Yeah, Flamin'
Okay.
Hot. Nobody seems to like it. Like, I could not get a good review out of the Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
I actually didn't think it was that bad.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if I drank the whole bottle, but it wasn't that bad.
Well, Adam, you want to tell us about Lady Jane's?
Absolutely. Lady Jane's is exactly where I was planning on going
To get a haircut today.
to get a haircut before somebody
Who is
decided
that?
not to show up. Anyways, I'm heading over to Lady Jane's at around 1:15. I don't have a watch on. I don't know why I checked my wrist. But anyway,
It's 11:40.
Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, precision haircuts. They'll take care of me, and they'll definitely take care of you. They'll treat you like a king. Walk in anytime. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. No appointment necessary. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
He's going deep, right side. Oh, that is Edwards out there. He goes up in the air at the goal line.
Hey, it's Brady Edwards here, wanting to welcome the sports marketing agency to Woodward Sports Network, to the family. Glad to have you guys. For the last decade, the sports marketing agency has literally leveraged athletes around issues such as mental health and substance abuse.
Glad that we can finally start trying to get the stigma off of mental health that's been there for all these years.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Sticker Genius is the official sticker partner of the Woodward Sports Network when it comes to stickers and signage. Think Sticker Genius. Check them out at stickergenius.com. Of course, the stickers behind me on the lovely glass here in our Planet Fitness studios. They wrap the entire studio in under 24 hours, by the way. Impressive work, impressive individuals, great people. Check them out again at stickergenius.com. Make sure you're following them on social media and let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
I don't know Planet Fitness sent you.
Planet Fitness should. I mean, they did a great job wrapping the studio. So.
Yeah, why not give a shout out to Alta too while we're at it, and Wing Snob right there. You know, we sell it out, baby.
Everybody gets love.
That's right. Everybody getting love. Now, we appreciate all of our local sponsors, and that's really one of the cool things about everybody that's advertising with Woodward Sports right now is they're all local people. This isn't some national buy where we're talking to people outside of Michigan and California. Like, these are all local-based businesses here in Michigan. So make sure you support them because they support us, and it's just one big cycle, and we're one big community. That's why we're called a network. See how that works? Welcome back to Big D Energy. My name is Stick, filling in for Neil Rule. Adam Baydoun on the desk, along with Fish and Spencer. Yesterday, a miracle happened. I'm going to tell my kids where I was on May 10th.
What the hell happened yesterday?
The Tigers
Can I tell you something?
had multiple hits, and they scored multiple runs, and they won a game as an away team at home.
Is it that big of a deal?
I'm being sarcastic, Fish.
Well, no, but there are people who think it's a big deal.
I don't think there is people.
No,
I think everybody
there
was
is.
being sarcastic like I am.
There's some people
Like
that
I
think
tweeted
it's a
out,
big
we
deal.
did it. Look out, Central Division. The Cats are on the prowl.
Well, yeah, the
And you know
Detroit
what they followed
News
it up
posted
with?
breaking a loss.
A loss.
Yeah.
Where they only scored one run on 6 hits.
But we can take away some good things. The pitching looked pretty good yesterday, right?
Schoolboy was amazing. Like he's been all year. If he's on any average team, he's probably 4-0 right now. He was phenomenal. Only gave up 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, as you can see on the screen right now. Look, he's
0 runs.
He's unbelievable. He's pitching like an ace.
Yep.
That is the definition. And again, I said this to Terry multiple times. If I would have told you before the season started, Stick, that the Tigers would have a top 3 bullpen in baseball and an above average starting pitching staff, You would look at me and tell me, they're going to win the Central.
Well, no, not only that, add-in and the free agents we're going to bring in are going to be some of the best players on the team and contribute.
Right away, like Meadows and Bias.
Right. Like, none of this makes sense why this team is doing what it's doing. By all stretches of the imagination, they should have improved, but they have not. Let's focus on the positive, though. Skubal yesterday, man, and this guy is turning into a complete ace. 34 strikeouts over 33 and 2/3 innings. If you can get an inning by yourself, you are helping yourself out an incredible amount as a pitcher on the mound. Plus, he kind of pitches to contact, too, so he gets the infielders involved, he gets his fielders involved. They stay more engaged in the game. They'll play better defense behind you. I like what I'm seeing out of the young pitching staff. We need the bats, and we've said that now for weeks. Where are the bats?
The bats are extremely cold. They're non-existent, actually. It's extremely depressing. I have no words for how bad they are at batting, and it's not like they're not trying. They're trying everything possible, and it's just not clicking. They got the 6 runs. Great. Followed it up with 1. I know. I mean, it's what they are right now. They're a team that cannot hit the baseball if their lives depended on it. And, yeah, they're out of the Central race.
Hinch drinks roast coffee, though, so.
Did find that out today. That's
AJ
awesome.
Hinch was here just right across. Ryan, our video guy, went and got a picture with him, and he said while they were talking, AJ Hinch's quote was, "We're trying everything we can. We're doing everything we can just to lose 4-1.
It's not Hinch's fault either.
No, he's a good coach.
Yeah, it's not even a thing.
This isn't a Brad Osmus issue.
Let me put it this way. How's JD Martinez doing right now? Pretty good, right? Very good player. Who'd you get for him?
Fish.
Literally nothing.
No.
I would have taken Fish over what they've gotten. Oh, Justin Verlander took a no-hitter into the 8th inning yesterday? Oh, is he 4-1 with a sub-2 ERA? Oh, what did we trade him for? Nothing.
Bag of donuts. And that's the thing. Like, that's the thing that's really kicking us in the ass. But our draft picks and our young talent is starting to develop and starting to look good. So I don't want to focus too much on what we didn't get. I want to focus on what we have right now.
We have nothing.
But we do have something. That's what's so frustrating about this is because, like you said,
we don't.
We added better free agents. We have a good pitching staff. You know, the Torkelson isn't hitting out of this world, but he's not awful at this point. We're not sending him down like Badu. So it's just, I have no idea what the hell is going on with this team, especially when all of us had expectations going into the season.
Look at this.
Which team was going to take the biggest
Rogers, step? None of these players. Candelario, yeah, there you go. Isaac Paredes, yep, he's crushing it in the minors right now.
2 of them are retired.
This is ridiculous, man. Anyways, the point, and what you should look at on this list right now
Troy Montgomery.
is a bunch of losers. And the worst thing about this entire thing is, yeah, you know what, Stick, you do look at the lineup, it's nice.
Right, it looks good
but
on
it's
paper.
Not good. It looks nice on paper. It's not good. You really were relying on 2 rookie bats, Green and Torque, to be in the lineup. Miggy's batting 5th or 4th in the lineup, depends on the day. That's embarrassing in and of itself, and he's one of your better hitters. That's pathetic. Scope sucks. Badu sucks. He got sent down. Candelario sucks. Baez hurt. Meadows doing okay. No power, non-existent. Hasn't even hit a home run yet.
Well, I think we only have like 7 as a team.
Yeah, Torque has 3 of them.
That's crazy.
I think it's 11.
I know, 12 after
yeah.
yesterday. I know. I was just like, it doesn't matter. What the hell's the difference?
God damn
5
the Tigers,
more home runs.
man. God damn them.
Are you more upset because they're making you look dumb?
No, I don't care. No, I think it was fair to say, what they win last year, 73?
Vegas had them at 77.5
and I think that's very fair.
I thought for sure they would clear that.
Again, I will proudly say I thought this team would contend for the Central. Jesus Christ. And it's funny because we thought the opposite going into the year. We thought the bats would be pretty good. If we could get solid starting pitching, this would be a good team. Not very good, not great, but it would be at least good 82, 83 wins.
500 ball club.
82, 83 wins. Right. That was my expectation. Okay, what do we get? Great, very good starting pitching, great bullpen. The worst hitting in all of baseball. God, I want to.
And you know what's got to be like depressing, not only for the fans but the players. Like you see opening day when that ballpark is electric and the energy that's there. Like you see what 42,000 fans can provide to a team. Then you watch the game yesterday. and there's literally like maybe 2,000 people there. And if you're a Tigers player, you got to remember back to opening day and like, man, this is what it could be like if we're successful. And now you're already looking at the stands like, man, I couldn't even get my mom to show up.
Well, they should hit the ball because I'm too busy now at the bar drinking my sorrows away instead of watching Tigers baseball.
Yeah, it honestly, the stands remind me a lot of the year that they were like 119 losses, because I used to go to a lot of those Tiger games. I mean, they were cheap tickets. You pretty much had your own section. And like even the vendors would make fun of the Tigers if they'd score a run. Like, get your peanuts! The Tigers finally scored a run.
They got a standing ovation when they scored the first run in the doubleheader yesterday.
Oh God, how are we here?
In fairness to them, it was an afternoon Tuesday game in May.
It was like 80 degrees outside. You can't blame it.
It was like the first beautiful day.
But the point is that most people are still working because it's not the summer yet. Most kids are still in school. So when it gets to July, Tuesday, 1 o'clock, you get more people. But because it's May...
How many more? Like maybe an extra 1,000 yesterday?
No, you'll get 2,000 or 3,000 for a July
Tuesday,
it holds
42,000.
It's better than what we got yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday, it's just sad. And when you, like...
It looked like a real Oakland home game.
It was like a real Oakland home. They put banners all over the upper deck and stuff like they do at Oakland.
Also, how terrible is it that, we scored 6 runs, but the A's had so many errors in that game. There were so many just drop pop-ups. Yeah. They had outfielder and a shortstop collide into each other, and then 2 innings later, nobody caught it because they didn't want to collide into each other again. And it was like, we needed everything to go right to score a run.
Yeah, and you're seeing a lot of that, honestly, in the major leagues this year, like stupid little league errors, not calling it, not waving people off. I mean, yesterday, the slide and then kicked the dude right in the face during the game.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's weird. It's almost like these guys are still in spring training mode.
Yeah, honestly, and that's probably playing part of the role. I won't put it all on that, but the fact that they didn't have a full spring training.
I don't know. The Mets are doing just fine. Twins are doing just fine.
There are teams
White
doing
Sox
fine.
are doing just fine. The Royals are doing just fine. Everybody's doing just fine.
Hey, not the Reds and the A's and the Orioles.
The Orioles are winning games. What are you talking about?
Oh, Red Sox. Red Sox. Red Sox they're supposed to be Red Sox, but they're supposed to be competing. You want to talk about the team that's supposed to be competing?
Fish, the Red Sox, what are they? 11 and 19.
Last place.
Okay, fine. In the toughest division in baseball.
By far.
Shut up, Fish.
Well, Tigers, let's focus on the pitching. Good job yesterday, guys. We split. I'll take 1 out of every 2 games. 500 ball club, but
they need Jim Leland. You know why? Because Jim Leland walks in there with a cigarette, lights it, and burns every single one of them.
Puts it out on their eyes.
Every single one of them.
Yeah.
And if I'm AJ Hinch, I'm walking in there with a baseball bat and I'm hitting them all in the head to show them what contact looks like.
I just don't know how we got here.
It's pretty sad, honestly. It's the fall from grace when there wasn't even grace already.
And it's May 11th.
Yeah.
That's what's sad about this. It's not like we're having this conversation in July. It's like, oh, man, the boys had a good first half of the season, but it's not looking like we're making the playoffs. It's like, it's May 11th. All right, who are we drafting?
Yep.
Why? Like, I hate it.
What did they do last year?
They started out awful, then they caught
They put a run together, they got 73 wins. They could do the same thing this year and get 80.
And I'm with you. Like, I said that to Neil Rule. I think it was on May 5th when he was throwing them under the bus. And I was like, no, Neil, it's a little too early. But here we are a week later. And, yeah, baseball, it's 162 games. There's plenty of time to make up ground. But there's no signs of them even being able to make up the ground. That's what's concerning. Because... like Adam said, some things are going right, and they're still getting their face kicked in. So hopefully they can get the train back on the tracks.
If they could just stop losing 2-0, 2-1, 3-2, 4-3, 4-2, 4-0, 5-0, 7-0, 10-0, 10-0.
No, and what we need is another Haas from last year. We need another Badu. We need those feel-good stories that like a guy... Steroids? I'm all for an all-steroid league.
Bring back steroids.
I don't think an all-steroid league. I think you just allow it.
Just allow it?
Yeah.
Huh?
Or have like softball, like 2 players per team are allowed to take steroids.
People think it's only the steroid. That's like this is the insane thing about steroids, by the way. There are not millions. There are tens of thousands of supplements and boosters that do the same thing, almost the same thing as steroids, but they aren't banned.
Yeah.
And it gives you the same advantage, technically. if you do them all the right way and cycle it correctly.
Maybe you should supply them.
No, I don't want to supply them.
Maybe they just need some person.
No, I don't want to go to jail, buddy. I don't want to go to jail and then never mind. We don't need to do this right now.
Yeah, you know what? Forget the steroids. You know what they need? Syntron, so they can wake the hell up. Maybe that's it. Maybe they're sleeping in too late. Maybe they're not getting it. But Syntron is now available in Kroger stores. So make sure you go get it so you're not being lackadaisical like the Tigers have been lately. Get you a Syntron. Get you that pep in your step. And not only do they have energy drinks, they have health drinks. They have water as well. So it's a premium beverage for your lifestyle, whatever lifestyle that is. Plus, they're the official energy drink of the Pistons and the Red Wings. But make sure you go to Kroger today. They're running a special. 2 cans for just $4.
Summer in the D is just around the corner, and Woodward Sports is ready for all the heat. Go Tigers! From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader Bet Tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Fresh, juicy, hormone-free. And no, I'm not talking about fish. I am talking about the wings at Wingsnob. So make sure you go to wingsnob.com, order your lunch up right now, find a location near you. And I'm telling you, these wings are better than the rest. That's why they're called Wingsnob, because they just have better wings. So make sure you go there, order online, wingsnob.com, and ask for that signature Jamaican jerk, which is my favorite because I need to go back to Jamaica. I love Jamaica, and it just takes me back there. A little vacation in your mouth when we're talking about wingsnob.com.
Lunchtime.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about things in my mouth, but yeah, let's continue.
I'll take a vacation in my mouth right now.
Depends on the vacation.
Hey man, if it's Jamaican jerk chicken, I'll take it right now. Welcome back to Big D Energy on the Woodward Sports Network. Thank you to everybody watching on YouTube right now. Make sure you click that like and subscribe button. My name is Stick. I'm filling in for Neil Rule today.
Hi, Stick.
Adam Baydoun is here. Fish is here, providing his tremendous commentary on all things, not only sports, but life. He's like our little Yoda.
He's our little European that doesn't know when to shut the hell up.
He is our little parakeet. Correct. And then, of course, we have Big Spence making sure the show looks good, sounds good. Let's get into some Lions talk, baby. Last year, I was drinking the Kool-Aid, and you know what? It's kind of similar to why you were drinking the Tigers Kool-Aid this year. Like, I remember my reasoning was, listen, they had a historically bad defense the year before. It could only get better. It couldn't get worse. And then I
wouldn't use the Tigers. I'll tell you why.
And then, hold on. Let me finish. Then the offensive line. Our offensive line was improving. All right? I thought that was going to be an improvement. DeAndre Swift, second-year running back. I thought that was, plus we had Williams, better backfield. Goff, wasn't sure how he was going to play out. That was kind of the big crux of the situation, or as our boy Dmac, that was kind of the caveat. But I could see improvement in places from the year before, but you didn't see it on the final scoreboard.
Here's the difference. The Tigers going into the year compared to the Lions. So I want you to just give me yes and no's. Going into the season, that first year, AJ Hinch was an established elite manager, yes or no?
Correct.
Dan Campbell?
No.
All right, the next thing. The talent got better on the Lions? Yes?
Yes.
Cool. Tigers?
Yes.
Somewhat, but yes, we can agree.
Both marginally.
Yep. So, and again, going into this offseason. Now, before the season started, you had an elite manager, in my opinion, a top 3 manager, along with Javier Baez now added, Rodriguez. You traded for Austin Meadows. You're missing one more talented veteran bat, but all right, we'll let it slide. This should be a team that wins more than last year. When it came to the Lions, it's actually a lot different because there was a new quarterback, a new head coach, no wide receivers, instability at tight end and running back even before the season started just because of their health concerns. You just weren't sure. And the defense, like you said, could it get worse?
No, I didn't think it could possibly get worse.
Well, they didn't get worse, technically, right?
They improved.
at the end of the day, I always believed in this one simple theory. There was no chance in hell that talent was ever going to produce anything more than 5-6 wins. 5 would have been an incredible feat. Hell, they probably could have won 5 games, 6 games last year had they just scored 20 points. So regarding their expectation stick this year, they have the 5th easiest schedule. I don't know what you have them, actually. I still don't know right now what your prediction is. I already gave mine on the morning.
For wins, losses, I hadn't made it. I wanted to see what they did through the draft.
Okay.
And I don't want...
I'll tell you mine.
I'll do it tomorrow.
I'll
do mine tomorrow because I want to put some thought into it.
Okay.
For how bad you bastards roasted me last year.
I have them at a minimum of 6.
Yeah.
I think 8 is reasonable.
Okay.
9 wouldn't surprise me. 10, I would be very impressed. And this is where the conversation shifts to the head coach.
Right.
If Dan Campbell can be that guy or shows flashes of being a very good head coach, forget elite, just very good, the Detroit Lions have no excuse not to win a minimum of 7-8 games this year. Minimum. Because in this league, you can win with an average quarterback if you compensate it with talent, which this team added in abundance over the last 2 years with Brad Holmes. And then, of course, the head coach. And if, again, Dan Campbell is that guy or has potential, he will show you in flashes. And you'll be thinking, oh, wow, I still haven't identified his ceiling. I'm feeling really good about this guy, or at least that's how I think about it. If I can identify your ceiling as a head coach, I fire you. If I can't, you stick around.
Yeah, and that's kind of the interesting thing with Dan Campbell, because I know it's kind of obvious to state this, but as he goes, the Lions go. And we watched the Lions go on an uptrend at the end of the season, as well as Dan Campbell, because he took over the play calling. You know, he asserted himself in that leadership role a little more by firing his OC in the middle of the season. You know, at first you're like, why is this rookie head coach firing a seasoned veteran? But it made sense, and you could see that was the right leadership move. And it trended up with the Lions, with their line getting healthy, with signing Josh Reynolds. All those things added up to some wins down the road. And you want to see that evolution with Dan Campbell, too, because the thing that's going to be my litmus test for Dan Campbell this year is how many 4th downs he goes for it on. Because last year was just an absolute show of him going for it when he shouldn't have. Did it pay off sometimes? Yeah, I think it hurt us more than it helped us in the long run. But I think what it did help is it showed his team that we're going to lay our balls on the table every single time, and we're going to go for it. We're the type of aggressive.
Change.
I hope that mindset doesn't change, but I hope he gets smarter.
No, I think I rather a head coach win with his philosophy and lose with his philosophy. Yes, he'll have to be smarter, right? You don't want to go for on 4th and 2 at your own 20-yard line in the second quarter.
Right, you can't do that. Like, you got to be smarter, but don't lose your aggressiveness.
Be aggressive when you need to be. And don't double down on it always. But don't second quarter down by 1 possession at your own 20-yard line on 4th and 2. Don't go for it.
Right.
Like, what are we doing here?
But those are the little things I need to see Dan Campbell involved
and I think he should.
And as he goes, as he evolves, the Lions will evolve with him. And like I said, that's kind of obvious to say because he is the head coach. But we need to see both of them trending in the right direction.
I think Dan Campbell still has an out this year where you can look at him and say, yeah, I don't blame him. And I'll tell you how. Jared Goff just sucks. And Jared Goff showed last year in many games just how sucky he can be.
Early in the season, I think we were all like...
And then down the stretch, obviously with Dan Campbell calling plays along with Ben Johnson, it looked a lot better.
There's that, and we got to see what it looks like without Goff. And sometimes
it's really bad.
Addition by subtraction doesn't really work out. You know, like when Goff wasn't there, it was like, man, it's not just Goff that is the problem. This whole offense was the problem.
Do you agree, Jared Goff, we're on the same page, average quarterback? Middle of the pack?
Yeah.
At best can be a middle of the pack.
Game manager, solid game managing quarterback.
All right, cool. So with that in mind, the Lions have 2 win-win scenarios. You ready for this? Jared Goff wins a ton of games this year along with Dan Campbell, and let's say they win 8-9 games. Damn, feeling good. I'm feeling really good going into the offseason. And that's probably a wild card spot, by the way, just so everybody is aware at home, because the NFC sucks. Having said that, Jared Goff is a disaster. And Dan Campbell says, I can't win with this quarterback. I don't know what you guys want from me. Second of all, we just went 3-14 again. We have a top 3 pick. I'm going to go get that rookie quarterback with Brad Holmes. And now you can evaluate me.
Right.
And I'm telling you from now, if Scenario B happens. Jared Goff craps the bed or gets hurt for the entire season, and they're dealing with backup after backup. It would be a goddamn blessing to have a top pick if you're going to go after a quarterback. When you have a top 3 pick, you go quarterback or defensive end. That's just my mindset. Open a conversation, but at the end of the day, that's what you do. Those are the core fundamental pieces you must have, unless you have a generational player like a Calvin Johnson coming out. Jamar Chase, Kyle Pitts, Penei Sewell, Jake Long all those years ago. Like that's how this works.
I still love that Sewell fell to us.
Oh,
so
unreal.
what do you think about this schedule, though? Because last year going into the season, I think we were in the top 5 for toughest schedule. This year we're going in for top 5 easiest schedule, and it's mostly because we're playing the
NFC least.
NFC East, right? I mean, yeah, they're awful.
Is the NFC East.
Yeah, that is the bottom 4 because they play each other twice, and that's why. And we got them this year. But what's interesting is we're the only ones from the NFC North that far down. Like the Bears are a couple spots above us, Green Bay's above them, the Vikings above them. So for us to have this easy schedule, and we don't get to play the Lions, so I'm not sure why our schedule is easier than the other guys, but I'll take it. And
home games. A lot of their games against Buffalo, their games against Miami, some of the better teams that they're going to be playing this year, even some of the NFC East teams that are pretty good, are going to be at Ford Field. So that's why.
And I kind of love that the Rams have the hardest because obviously we're still attached to their draft pick. I know they're Super Bowl champs. That's how how they do the scheduling. But last year the Rams were not at that. They weren't the number 1, obviously.
But what Brad Holmes proved to you?
Well, no, I want to stay on the Rams real quick. That they struggled a little bit during the regular season. They had a patch there for like 4 or 5 games where you're like,
if they get a first-round exit, what are you picking at? 20, 22?
Yeah,
23,
which is great.
But what Brad Holmes prove?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't. I'll take the asset and move up. And Dmac brought up a good point yesterday. Even if we had like the 2 and the 22 this year, that equation may not have worked out to be able to move up to 12 because we may not have wanted to give away a third to only to move up 10 spots.
Because you would have only moved up 10
instead of 20.
And then gave away 34. It looks optics totally different. Things happen for a reason, guys. Aaron Donald falls for a reason. Quarterbacks get taken. They fall. Deshaun Watson goes after Mitchell Trubisky and Patrick. Like that's how this works.
I mean, look at Aaron Rodgers. Like you look at that draft.
Fell
Holy
to 24.
Hell. My God.
Matthew Stafford draft. Literally, he was the only good first-round pick, I believe, in that draft.
It was between him and Mark Sanchez as the number 1 quarterback off the board.
Insane.
Remember that? Like that was the decision: Sanchez or Stafford. And
Sanchez.
As much as I didn't love Stafford when he was here in Detroit, I didn't hate him either. I just thought he was the best quarterback we've ever had, just not the greatest quarterback ever. Period. But as much as I didn't love him, he was the 100% correct draft pick in that draft. 100% the Lions should have drafted Matthew Stafford. There's no debate when you look at that year.
Yeah, well, you look at the schedule also. I know it's the 5th easiest schedule, and you have to remember that's based on win totals last year.
Yep.
Miami's a lot better. The Jets are a lot better. You could lose those games. Bill Belichick, no easy. It's not an easy game. The Bills, tough. You could go 0-4 in the AFC East. The NFC East, Dallas, I think it's their year to completely fall apart, and they fire Mike McCarthy and they go get Sean Payton.
You've been wanting McCarthy gone since he got hired.
And I tried to save you, Dallas. I don't like you, and I'm trying to do you a favor. Look what you ended up with. Congratulations. Oh, and you're paying a quarterback that's not worth $40 million.
Did you see that they may want to put another team in Dallas, an NFL team?
I'd be for that.
You be for that?
Yeah. I mean, Dallas has all the talent in the world from the high school level to the college ranks.
They'd be able to support it,
They'd be able to support it 100%. It's just difficult because the committed fan base that is there. Dallas.
America's team!
America, that is a big deal there. So you have the Houston Texans as well. So they kind of already did it with Houston. A third team would be difficult. I wouldn't do it, but
I would
would
support Fort Worth, like just 45 minutes down the road.
The Fort Worth Rangers, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. The point is, their schedule, although it is easier, those teams got better. Jets got better. The Commanders got better at quarterback, but I don't know. The Eagles are probably winning that division. If I had to give you a prediction now, there's 6 wins available to this football team, minimum. There are 6 wins out there for them to get.
Right.
Can they get 7, 8, or 9? Will depend on quarterback play, coaching, in general. That's it. That's the outlier. That's the only factor right now. Will Jared Goff be good? Will he be average? or crap. If he's crap, you're going to be happy. If he's good, you're going to be happy. If he's average,
I'll be happy with average.
You'll kind of be content because you'll be a 7-8 win team maybe.
Yeah, and that's growth though. That's the next building block.
You're what's the word I'm looking for? You're
complacent?
Not complacent. You're content.
Yeah.
With the idea that Dan Campbell improved this football team. Like 8 wins for Dan Campbell this year is a sign of growth for the future. And then nobody has to sit up here and say, oh, well, he can't coach. Nobody wants that. You want this guy to work out in Detroit anyways. The last thing you're going to want to do is revamp it all over again. Yeah. And again, that's the trump card Brad Holmes does have.
Well, that's what the Tigers. That's what the Tigers have. They've been rebuilding for how long? I mean, you can't just keep
but you have Al
resetting.
Avila. It was a Fat Bundy over there. Doesn't know what the hell he's doing. So,
well, the Lions' defense.
Oh man,
is it better than Guardian Alarms?
Nobody has a better defense than Guardian Alarm. They keep you safe and give you a peace of mind with their all-inclusive security system. Whether you're at home or on the road with their 24/7 local monitoring, they make sure what's important to you is safe. Call 1-800. That's 1-800 for a peace of mind right now, and let them know that Woodward Sports sent you.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Cintron is the official energy drink of the Red Wings, proud partners of the Detroit Pistons, and exclusively served at Little Caesars Arena. If you're looking for premium ingredients, long-lasting energy, balanced hydration, essential vitamins, and great taste, Cintron is your top choice.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Oh, Big D Energy going to be doing a live broadcast from Chili Peppers Tanning coming up on May 20th. I believe it's the one in Troy, so come on out. We will be live from 11 till 1 o'clock, and if you can't make that, just make sure you go to Chili Peppers Tanning. They got the hottest bulbs. They got the cleanest beds. They'll get you the darkest tan. Plus, if you don't want to do the bed thing, they will do that spray tan. My girl Tia does it to perfection. Just check out their social media at Chili Peppers Tanning, and make sure you go there and tell Woodward Sports sent you and sign up for that Chili Peppers Tanning Club.
Chili Peppers Tan.
So everybody's going to be at the remote broadcast.
I'll be filling in, I think. I don't know. Yeah. Who knows? But
I'm not showing up. So
welcome to Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in for Neil Rule. Adam filling in for Dmac. Fish is here. Spencer is here, and we got to thank everybody that's listening on the Roar and everybody who has downloaded our app. You are the real MVP. Make sure you go to Apple or the Google Play Store right now and search Woodward Sports Network. And I loved when I saw this question on the prep because, Adam, I know you got a good opinion on this. I'm hoping you're not going to say the same guy I'm going to say. But of all the rookies that we have now, that we drafted, who are you most excited to see play?
Jameson Williams.
Okay.
The impact he can make for the offense. If he is that good and he can do what he did in college and open up the top of every defense that you go up against, that guy right there, that changes everything. Obviously, probably the easy answer, Aiden Hutchinson. Fun fact about Aiden Hutchinson, the last two defensive players drafted at number 2 overall, Chase Young and Nick Bosa, both won Defensive Rookie of the Year. So if you want to place a bet right now on Aiden winning Defensive Player of the Year, or Defensive Rookie of the Year, excuse me, there it is.
Whoa. We can't make bold claims like that. You know, you might get attacked.
Why?
BDE, you can't make claims like that on Hutchinson. People might come
Dave
for
Portnoy.
you.
Dave Portnoy's going to come for you.
Yeah,
how dare you put expectations on the number 2 overall pick?
Yeah.
Suck my nuts. Say whatever I want.
So you're going with Jameson
Williams.
Yeah.
I think he could be so explosive, right? I mean, out of all the positions in the NFL, what's the one where you can look at and say, damn, he comes off the screen right away? It's typically wide receiver and edge.
Yep.
And the Lions got both of them.
Yeah, they got the best at both position in this draft. Jameson Williams, you can't argue with it just because of what he can do for the offense. Not only blowing the lid off the defense, making the safeties play back. Now play action comes into it because we actually have a running game with an offensive line now. But it's getting him involved on those little slip screens. It's getting him involved on those crossing patterns. I mean, Braylon broke down his tape from college a couple weeks ago, and watching this guy just run away from Georgia defenders, SEC defenders, and he just ran away from them like they were little league football kids for the Walled Lake Braves where I used to play. It's just amazing what that kid can bring, and just the dynamic, what he can change. When you have speed like that, you look at the Tyreek Hills of the world, you look at the Deebo Samuels of the world, just get these guys balls in space and let them go to work. And it really provides a safety net for Jared Goff. It gives your offensive coordinator a lot to work with, and it just alleviates everything. A lot of pressure on the offense. The only thing with Jameson Williams, we may not see him till week 8, which I don't care. Be
He's
patient.
ahead of schedule.
Be patient. That's fine. If he's ahead of schedule, still hold his ass out.
I think week 4 is the latest I could envision him being sat out. Yeah, he'd miss maybe the first 4 games. I don't see it needing longer than that, especially given what his doctor has shared, what he's shared. He's already running. He's looking good. I would say early to mid-October.
Okay. So when I looked at this, I kind of thought the first-round picks were a given, right? Hutchinson and Williams.
Yep.
The second-round pick, Paschal. That's a guy I'm really excited about. And if you go back and watch the Day 2 draft show that we were doing here with Scott Bischoff, when they drafted him, I kind of had like this, I don't really know much about this guy. Like, this pick's kind of weird to me. They just addressed defensive end. Why would they double down in the second round? But you look at this guy, if it wasn't 100% clear before, this is Broke Strike tweeting this. Picking Josh Paschal, it makes 100% clear. Brad Holmes wants freaks, leaders, guys with great analytics. The new Lions regime is not SOL, not the same Lions. And I agree with that because, like I said, I didn't know much about him when we drafted him. I mean,
that was my guy.
He didn't go to a top-end school. He's playing in the SEC. He's buried amongst a bunch of big-time players.
Let me tell you want to hear some fun facts?
I was going to lift off some fun facts.
Go for it then. Go for it.
I mean, I could do that, and then you could give me your fun facts because this guy is a freak. And you look at Aiden Hutchinson, and this guy could be every bit of Aiden Hutchinson. And I don't want to make a bold proclamation. He could be better than Aiden Hutchinson just because you saw what happened to Aiden Hutchinson when he went up against an SEC line. This guy lived against SEC linemen. And you look at his RAS rating, which is relative athletic score, 9.7. Off the charts. He's got great speed, elite explosion when it comes to that RAS. His vertical was 37.5, so he's got that athletic ability. And PFF has him rated as a 90, and he was the #1 rated SEC defensive lineman at a 90 through PFF. And like I said, if you're going up against SEC offensive linemen...
Wait, who came out of the SEC? #1 overall?
Walker?
Trayvon Walker.
Yeah.
Wait, what? He wasn't the #1 rated?
Right.
Did you know that Josh
Thank you,
Pascal...
by the way, thank you, Jacksonville.
Oh, yeah, thank you, Jacksonville. Shout out to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Shout out...
Dumbass.
Yeah. Josh Pascal, by the way, went to Kentucky, which is a basketball school, let's be honest.
Yeah.
And he was part of their climb into having the successful season they had. They were a damn good team. They played Georgia very well. I would say the first 2.5 quarters before the game just got out of control. And he was a big reason why. That's an elite edge rusher. They just got at pick 46? Are you kidding me? That is one of the top 5 pass rushers in the draft, easily. Depends who you ask. This is a guy that in college, again, produced, like you said, Stick, in the SEC for Kentucky. Going against Bama linemen, LSU, Georgia. Do I have to continue?
Well, and not only that, you're looking at Kentucky, and it's not like they have any other players that are being targeted. So this guy's going to get double teamed. He's going to get triple teamed. They're going to slide the offensive line to protect against him. Like everything you gave Aiden Hutchinson the benefit of the doubt for. Oh, he was double teamed a lot. That may be why he didn't make the play. Or Ajabo was only successful because of the attention paid to Hutchinson. This dude was getting all that attention by better offensive linemen and still dominating.
You know what's funny? I was told that because they extended Charles Harris for 2 years, they weren't going to take an edge rusher or 2. That's the kind of fans we have in this town. Unbelievable. So uneducated. Have no idea what the hell they're talking about. Unbelievable. I can't Stick the stuff I deal with in the morning. You have no idea. You have no idea. It's unbelievable. But anyways, Brad Holmes told you everything about, and you know what you said you agreed about the Lions not being same old Lions?
Yep.
I would agree from a front office standpoint. I'll tell you why. Has Brad Holmes signed any player outside of Jamal Williams to a multi-year deal?
Nope, and I love that.
And free agency.
Taking care of that salary cap's important.
He's addressed the salary cap.
Yep.
Boom. The Lions salary cap for the next 3 years looking really nice right now. All right, moving forward. Yes, you have Jared Goff on a $30 million contract. Who cares? You can walk away from him at this point at any time after the season ends and save $25 million on the cap. Moving off of that as well. The Lions have now addressed last year the offensive line, 2 interior linemen, got a steal in the 4th round with Amon-Ra St. Brown. Fast forward to this year, Brad Holmes with his first 3 picks, 2 edge rushers, wide receiver, both are, I would say, top 4 in terms of most important positions in football. Yeah. Quarterback, wide receiver, offensive lineman, defensive lineman.
Pressure
and
the
he addressed both of them with the first 3 picks. And then he goes out and gets a safety that everybody wanted. And then he goes out, oh my goodness, this guy knows what he's doing. That's a legitimate GM. That's a legitimate franchise front office operating with actual draft capital, by the way. When did the Lions ever have draft capital?
No, we were talking about that draft night. I can't remember in my lifetime the Lions ever trading up to go get their guy. Trading up that high. I think they traded up to get Javid Best, but that was only a couple spots, right? We've never taken the leap from 32 to 12 to go get our top guy that we want in the, like, I've never seen this aggressiveness.
Matthew Stafford trade looks really good right now, by the way.
It was fantastic.
2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
2 first-round. Oh, by the way, Detroit. Oh, Stick, I might have dementia.
Nope.
Did I forget? Do the Lions have a first-round pick next year?
2.
Oh, my goodness, that's right.
And the Rams have the toughest schedule now, too.
God. Oh, man, that Matthew Stafford trade. Again, both teams won that trade.
Yeah.
Both teams won that trade.
Which
I said
is rare.
It before the goddamn season started. Both teams won that trade because one team could now compete for a championship, which is what they wanted to do. They won the trade. And the other team just got 2 first-round picks to take on, I would say, an average quarterback that you can bridge until you decide who your future quarterback is. Brad Holmes has options. And when you're a front office that can operate in this into this capacity, you get the head coach right. You don't even need to get the quarterback right. You can win with a great head coach and a great GM. Oh, my goodness. Sign me up.
I just love what it did to our defense with just this simple draft because, obviously, defense was a major issue last year. You looked at the offensive side of the ball, and it kind of took care of itself going into this season. You knew your offensive line, when healthy, is going to be a top 5 offensive line. It's a show-me year for T.J. Hawkinson. You knew you needed to address the wide receivers, which you did with DJ Chark before the draft. But the defensive side of the ball, the fact that we're going to be able to sit there and watch these guys on Sunday, and these 2 bookend defensive ends could possibly be set it and forget it for the next 10 years, and both of them absolutely elite, one just underrated because he went to Kentucky. I love it. And this, to me, how do you make your secondary better? Well, you put pressure on the quarterback.
Yep.
And so you're taking care of 2 positions by drafting those defensive ends. You're taking care of 2 positions. The cornerbacks don't have to cover as long, so they don't have to be as good. And now it just takes care of itself. We're building the team the right way.
I'll offer some peace of mind for Lions fans. Since the year 2000, including Aiden Hutchinson, now 7 defensive line players have been taken 2nd overall. Julius Peppers. I think his career worked out, right? Pretty damn good. Hall of Famer, in my opinion. Chris Long. Not the most fantastic career. I believe 70 career sacks. But for a few years was very good. But not ideal at number 2. But, hey, if the floor is 70 career sacks, that's not a complete bust. It's not ideal at number 2. I would say it's a failure. But, okay, Chris Long, 1. Chase Young. Ndamukong Suh. Nick Bosa. Von Miller. All hits.
Yeah.
All hits. Now Aiden Hutchinson. You're basically... What I just told you is your floor for Aiden Hutchinson is 70 sacks, and his ceiling is 170. Enjoy that.
I'm going to enjoy the hell out of it. I love that the Lions address the big men because that's how I feel our offense took a step forward, and that's how the defense is going to take a step forward. You always got to get those big boys.
Yep, 100%.
And speaking of big boys, you like that, Spence? You like that, Spence?
That was a good one.
Big boy, the Strawberry Fest is back, and I'm not only talking that beautiful strawberry waffle you see above my head. They also got this new strawberry bacon chicken wrap, which the guys in the back were talking. They're like, man, that picture looks so good. So, big boy, the Strawberry Fest is here. Make sure you stop by right now. Plus, you can get yourself a slice of strawberry pie for just $1.99 with purchase. Strawberry Fest going on at Big Boy. Go get your berries.
At Wingsnob, staying humble's not our forte. We just have better wings. We're back at it again with our crispy golden brown fries and our famous boneless wings. Juicy, tender, hormone-free chicken. Your favorite signature sauces with no bone. Just when you thought Wingsnob couldn't get any better. Order online at wingsnob.com today. Wingsnob. We just have better wings.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
It is Big D Energy live on the Woodward Sports Network. Thank you to everybody that's being a part of the chat right now on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. My name is Stick, filling in for Neil Rule. Adam Baydoun is on the desk with me, along with Fish in the sound booth, and, of course, Spencer making sure we look good in the TD booth. Let's stay on some Lions, because Spencer was crushing it with these questions. Like, not only, which rookie I wanted to see. Now let's go to the whole team. Let's address the whole roster. And everybody in the chat, I want you guys to address this because I think it's a great question. On the current roster, if you had to guarantee one Lion on offense and one Lion on defense to make the Hall of Fame, who are your picks? And I'll start out with my offensive pick, and it's got to be Penei Sewell. To me, that guy is going to wear the gold jacket. I mean, we saw it last year. This dude is an absolute mauler. We moved him both sides of the line when he had to sub in at left tackle as a rookie going up against Bosa. First game out of the season, he was able to handle that man. Then you saw what happened when Aaron Donald and him got into it. This dude doesn't back down. He'll grab you by the face mask and let you know. And the highest pass blocking grades among offensive rookies last year. Penei Sewell coming in at 69.4.
Nice.
It's a little bit above, or a little bit below Slater and Creed Humphrey, which I know you love Rashawn Slater coming out, but the argument between Slater and Sewell was Slater's more ready now to come out. Sewell has more potential down the road. And I think we saw both of those things to be true last year. And Penei Sewell, he's going to take a step forward this year. And once that guy, because you got to remember,
Decker getting hurt was such a blessing.
But you also got to remember that last year he didn't play the year before either, so he had a year off before he had to catch up to NFL speed.
So did.
Now that he knows coming in, I think he's going to be a little more well prepared for the speed of the game, the strength of the players, the leverage, the angles, and the jerking him back and forth between right and left. That I don't think that's ever going to come to an end because you draft a guy that high expecting him to be your perennial left tackle. You want to get him over there eventually, but when you have a Taylor Decker, who's your second highest paid player on the team,
you deal with it.
It's a wealth of riches. It's a great problem to have. But if I'm going Hall of Fame on the offensive side, I got to look at Penei Sewell.
I think you're going to like my pick.
Uh-oh. You going to go Amon-Ra?
Go Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah.
Hines Ward, a Hall of Fame player?
Correct. He was my second guy, so I'm glad you went there.
Hines Ward is a Hall of Fame player, right?
100%.
We all agree?
Yeah.
Blocker, catcher.
That's who Amon-Ra St. Brown's comp was coming out of college. A very good blocker, aggressive. Yeah. If he can stay healthy, he doesn't need to be a 1,500-yard guy. He can be 960 to 1,200 for the next 8 to 12 years, and that'll get him into the Hall of Fame. If the team has success. I put my money on Amon-Ra St. Brown. More than Penei Sewell because... Go ahead, Spence.
Oh, I was just going to say for mine, it's Frank Ragnow. I think he proved that he can be the best center in the league when he was healthy, when he stays healthy, and I think he can just dominate if he stays healthy. And I love the big guys. I was left tackle a couple years in high school, and then I played center a couple years. So you took the left tackle, so I'm going to take the center. And I think Frank Ragnow is dominant. He's got that grit. He's got that attack mindset. And I have a little graphic from him, too, is that he is one of the best pass block win rates for centers. The Lions have 2 of the top 10 centers in pass block win rate. And so we're sitting good. If we can, cut Vaitai, maybe move Evan Brown to guard, that would, we could do that. But I love Frank Ragnow. I think he's definitely he's got to be up there for most potential.
Yeah, and I mean, you could take 3 of the guys from our offensive line and have an argument with them, with Decker, Sewell, and Ragnow, and that's like, to me, that's a wet dream come true. Like, I've always wanted us to build in the trenches, and we finally did it. Like, I'm lifting this desk right now without my hands. That's how excited I am about our offensive line. But back to your point about Amon-Ra St. Brown, to me, the biggest thing with him, those drops. His drop rate is next to nothing, and if he can keep that up, be that sure-handed, like, I know you compared him to Hines Ward. To me, he's a meaner Golden Tate. Like, you get
Hines
this guy. Okay, yeah, fair. But I'm talking hands-wise, because Hines, I didn't see catch a lot of balls in traffic, like snatch them like Amon-Ra did, and
Hines was just an excellent, efficient route runner that was so physical off the line of scrimmage. His run blocking ability was phenomenal. It was a big part of why the Steelers had so much success. I would say Amon-Ra St. Brown, and obviously Penei Sewell I think is the obvious one, right? I can't disagree with you there, but I'd put money on St. Brown.
Isn't it fun we can actually have this conversation without laughing at ourselves? Like, there's potentially 3 future Hall of Famers on the offensive side of the ball, and we're having a legitimate conversation. This isn't like,
I'll tell you this.
Mike Williams, I think he'll make it. We're not having that conversation.
The only person of the 3, though, let's just bring it down a little bit, to show Hall of Fame potential is Ragnow, because he finished a season as the best at his position. You have to do that. I don't think St. Brown can ever do that, and I don't. Good view, I know.
Yeah.
St. Brown could ever do that. I think Penei eventually can. You should have zoomed in the camera, Spence. What are you doing?
Sorry.
That's lazy work right there.
Can you rewind and go slow-mo on that?
Defensive side.
Damn you, Birmingham.
I think there's only one pick.
Defensive side?
Yeah, it has to be the number 2 overall pick right now. And I don't think there's anybody on that list currently playing that has shown any promise that, wow, this can be a potential Hall of Famer. Nobody on the defense has shown anything.
Owawarriye! I just love saying that name.
He had a good, 6 interceptions this year?
Yeah.
Even then, at the hardest position, I think, in football, because you have such a disadvantage. The receivers are so damn talented. They're so fast. You can't get your hands on them. He's not a Jalen Ramsey build. I don't think in 3 years we're going to be talking about Amani Owaria as one of the top 5 corners. And if we are, great.
Corners fall off so fast.
For me, it's Hutchinson.
Yeah, it's tough on the defensive side of the ball. You really, you got to go Hutchinson, right? Yeah. I mean, you could talk about Okudah if he's ever able to recover from his injury and be what everybody thought he was going to be. Even if they move Okudah to safety and he turns out being a premier safety or one of the best at his position, I wouldn't hate that. But yeah, on the defensive side of the ball, we can't have as much fun of a conversation as we did on the offensive side of the ball. Who do you got, Spence?
I like Kirby. Honestly, I mean, it's a shot in the dark because he's still adjusting.
Hall of Fame.
I know. I'm not saying he's going to be there, but picking from these guys, picking from the guys that haven't played, are the guys we're going to have to pick from because nobody on our defense really has that pedigree yet. But if he can become that ball hawk, that Earl Thomas type safety,
is Earl Thomas a Hall of Famer? I don't think so.
I think he'd get in. I don't think
he should get in.
It's part of the discussion.
I think he can be on the ballot. I wouldn't vote him in.
Yeah.
Because it's difficult at the safety position because I have to look at the all-time safeties that have gotten in. That's how I look at the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Palomalu's of the world.
Like, I look at who's in at that position. Were you like that? Were you Palomalu or Reed?
Yeah.
No? You're not getting in. Were you Rod Woodson? Were you Charles Woodson at corner? Were you Jonathan Ogden at left tackle?
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't have to be at his level, but were you revered like them? If you weren't, not a Hall of Famer. I don't like people getting in that shouldn't get in. I know we're becoming an inclusive society. Everybody gets to win. I hate
Here's your trophy. Thanks for playing.
I absolutely hate that. Hall of Fame means something. That's why baseball sucks. That's why the NBA sucks.
Well, NBA is different.
Everybody gets
basketball.
In.
It's basketball.
I'm going to get into the Hall of Fame. I have as many titles as Charles Barkley. Why am I not in the Hall of Fame?
It's not NBA Hall of Fame. It's basketball.
It's so stupid, in my opinion. They should have an NBA Hall of Fame.
They definitely should.
Anyways,
let's start it. Let's start it. The official NBA Hall of Fame right here in Detroit.
But yeah, regarding defense, I think it's Hutch.
Jared Davis.
Jared Davis. Hutch comes in with expectations. That's a big deal. That's good for a Hall of Fame player, right? You come out, you were revered as the best player on the board, number 2 overall. By the way, the last 2 Lions players that were selected number 2 overall will be in the Hall of Fame. Calvin already is, and Ndamukong Suh will be a Hall of Fame player, but when he's done.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out.
Yeah. Well,
Hutch has to be the pick.
I think this conversation also shows that our defense is the weakest side of the ball right now. And we knew that going in. That's why they addressed it during the draft. But, yeah, you got to go with Aiden Hutchinson on this. Not only is he coming out as the top defensive end, unless you ask the Jacksonville Jaguars, which we thank them for being idiots, as always. So thank you, Jacksonville. But he's the guy. He's the pedigree guy. He's the guy that if this whole culture shift happens, it's going to be around Aiden Hutchinson. Like, this is the guy that the whole Lions organization has to rally around. This has to be the guy that sets the tone moving forward for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And if he does that, there will be Aiden Hutchinson statues all over this damn city. I'll put one up in my front yard if that guy gets us to the playoffs, gets us a playoff win.
Who?
Aiden Hutchinson.
Okay.
Because is he the face of the Lions right now?
Yes. No, not yet.
So who is?
Penei Sewell.
Penei Sewell? Okay.
We see a lot more 97 jerseys than 58 jerseys.
Well, yeah, but
tomorrow.
he hasn't played yet. Right now. Now, the face is Penei Sewell. If he comes out and gets 9 sacks, 9.5, dare I say, double-digit sacks, he's the face of the team. Yeah. And 97 will be on every single person in that building.
Yeah.
And I will be one of them.
Yeah, I don't wear jerseys, but I would wear a jersey if he got us to the playoffs.
97's a great number.
Yeah.
It is.
So... yeah, look, I mean, Jared Goff is somebody that I don't think we talk enough about. We agree you can win with average in the league if you can compensate it with talent and coaching. I think Brad Holmes has done a good job adding talent. Brad Holmes to be determined how good of a head coach he can be, but the caveat, like Darren McCarty likes to say, is I don't need Jeff Goff and Jared Goff.
Jeff Goff, baby.
I don't need Jared Goff to be excellent. I don't need Jared Goff to be very good. I don't even need him to be good. I need him to be average. And if he can be average consistently for the entire year, you have a good product, I believe, on the field. I don't need him to be a superhero.
Nine Drink said 54. Did Penei Sewell change his number?
Who?
Nine Drink said he's 54. Did he change his number?
No.
Because he's 58 last year.
Who? Penei?
Penei Sewell, yeah.
I didn't know he changed his number. That's the guy at the Birmingham oil shop over there, by the way. On Southfield?
Birmingham oil shop?
Is that Penny's brother?
The oil change shop right there on the corner. 14?
13. Oh, 14, yeah.
Yeah, 14. Those guys know Penei Sewell. They're actually having dinner with him.
Really?
I walked in. They addressed me as the Woodward guy. They knew me. It was kind of cool.
That's a good point by Mike G. Penei Sewell is not the face of the franchise. Right now it's Dan Campbell.
I don't know. That's your best player on offense, in my opinion. That is the guy. Look, I'm sorry. Are we talking about Penei Sewell for the next 10 to 15 years at left tackle?
Yes.
That's the face of the team. Just like Lane Johnson was for the Eagles when they won the Super Bowl.
I'll take it.
It wasn't Doug Peterson. It wasn't Nick Foles. It wasn't Carson Wentz. It was Lane effing Johnson.
Listen, when Detroit teams are at their best, it's when the badasses are the leaders of the team. And when we have an offensive lineman that goes toe-to-toe with an Aaron Donald, that can take on a Bosa in his first game, and just somebody that, like we were talking about, you're as tough as your best player is tough. That's what Dmac said yesterday. And if Penei Sewell's our best player on offense, we tough as hell here in Detroit. That boy is a menace to anybody that he goes up against. So I love that he's kind of the face of the franchise. And if Hutchinson comes in and gets those 10 sacks, my God, I can't wait. Ford Field, Aaron Rodgers running around the pocket, Hutchinson chasing him, grab him, throw him to the ground. 65,000 people go nuts. I cannot wait for that to visually happen in my life.
Can Jared Goff's girlfriend be the face of the franchise?
Yeah.
Stop it!
Her little hop.
Oh man, that's still infamous video. Love that.
Yeah, she's and say what you want about Jared Goff, he's winning on and off the field
for sure.
And even
not
if
so
he's
much
not
on the field.
even if he's not winning on the field,
I just don't understand this fan base. Like they want to get rid of Jared Goff. Why? You had a real, legitimate franchise quarterback for 12 years. You couldn't build around him.
Yeah.
Now you have a guy that you can bridge, that you can build a real team around. And then swap him out with the future guy. And you're complaining about that?
Right.
Like, Detroit's actually operating like a football team should.
He's Alex Smith getting paid $30 million a year.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares?
You're not ready to spend until he's gone anyways. So
you're not winning this year. Insert any rookie quarterback this year, even from last year's draft class. Are the Lions ready to contend for the division?
No.
And he's shown he can get to a Super Bowl. Whether you like it or not, he took a team, to me, a less talented team than Stafford had to a Super Bowl for the Rams.
It's a close one.
It is close, but to
the
me,
defense I think was better this year with Stafford.
Yes,
the
100%.
The offense with No,
not the running game. Not the running game.
Brandon
but
Cooks in his prime. Look, I know Cooper Kupp was injured for the Super Bowl. He wasn't available.
Yeah.
That was a very talented team.
Cooper Kupp,
and it was
OBJ,
Sean McVay.
dude.
But it was Sean McVay, early McVay, year 2 McVay, I believe.
Yeah.
That was when nobody really understood what the hell he was doing. That offense was much scarier. This offense really relied on Cooper Kupp and Stafford.
Yeah.
It wasn't good. Had no run game.
Yeah.
The offensive line was middle of the pack average. It was really Cooper Kupp to Matthew Stafford.
But
Cooper
their
Kupp.
defense, though, man.
That was unbelievable.
Jalen Ramsey. I mean,
And now
Aaron
they got
Donald,
Bobby
Von
Wagner.
Miller.
Now they got Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, then they added Wagner. The rich just keep getting richer over there in L.A. It says Aleem is number 54, so I think he's going to stay at 54.
Yeah, I haven't heard of any jersey number changes. So
we'll have to ask Corey because today is Lions Press
Media Day. Yeah.
So Corey is there. Somebody in the chat earlier said that Jamal Williams was dropping some dimes, which Jamal Williams,
that's all he does. He doesn't contribute on the field.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Dude, his yards per carry were amazing last year. He was like at 4.5 yards per carry.
Extremely underwhelming behind a pretty damn good offensive line.
I don't know.
Come on, let's just be real here. He's a great number 2.
Yeah, that's
and
what
with DeAndre
I
Swift going
expected.
down,
That
he was
out of him.
I thought it was underwhelming.
Yeah, I think we had different expectations of him. He was who I thought he was.
Okay,
I guess that's tough, up the middle runner, get us 4 or 5 yards when we need it.
He struggled to get us those. Not worth it in my opinion, especially at his number. But you might as well keep him. It's the last year of his deal, whatever.
Well, we were going to do Ask Dmac because we know how you guys love talking to professional athletes. I know when I'm on a show with Dmac or Braylon, I love picking their brain and just, getting behind the curtain. But Dmac isn't here today, so let's just throw this in the chat. If you have any question for me, Stick, or Adam, we will answer them. It does not have to be sports related. It can be sports related. It can be any question that you've ever had, whether it's about the network, whether it's about how we grew up, whether it's about what Adam keeps in his basement, just whatever. You can ask the question right now in the chat. Just say, hey, here's my question, and then put a question mark at the end so we know it's a question, and we're off and running, right, Spence?
Yeah, definitely.
And if you have one for Spence or Fish is a very interesting person. We can ask him some questions as well.
Not really. Just
Fish, you are a fascinating individual.
Am I? Okay.
You're a specimen. Fish.
Yeah, you are. There's no other fishes on the planet.
Okay.
There is not a lot of fish in the sea.
No, not a lot of fishes in this sea. MyBookie. Go to mybookie.com today, and you can bet on any of the playoff games. We're talking NHL, we're talking NBA. If you like cricket, you can bet on cricket because you can bet anywhere at any time, pretty much on anything at mybookie.com. And if you got the itch right now to go sign up and you're a first-time user, make sure you enter the promo code Woodward, and you will get something free in exchange. Isn't that nice? Some free money just for typing in the word Woodward. Do it now, mybookie.com. It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risk, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
The official sticker partner of Woodward Sports. When it comes to stickers and signage, think Sticker Genius. We support this local Detroit business, and we are excited to show you our latest project, the Planet Fitness Studio from Sticker Genius. If you need custom stickers, wall graphics, window graphics, and plenty more, reach out to our friends at Sticker Genius. We at Woodward Sports couldn't be any happier with the service they provided us. They were quick, easy to deal with, and super professional. Head to stickergenius.com today.
Welcome back to Big D Energy on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in for Neil Rule today. We have Adam on the desk, filling in for Dmac. Fish is in here, Spencer's in here, and we were going to do Ask Dmac, but it has turned into Ask Stick and Adam and Fish and Spencer. So let's run through some of these questions. When Adam was in high school as a quarterback, was he the bridge quarterback to Wasim?
No, I only played 2 years of football, my freshman and my senior year, and that was it. My senior year, I was a starting quarterback, and then I tore my ACL, I think like 4 days before the first game.
Nice.
And that was it. And then I came back like mid-season.
Did you know they put cadaver ACLs into NFL players?
100%.
I did not know that. It blew my mind when Braylon said
Why?
that. Because you're taking a dead body part and throwing it in your body.
I was literally offered that. Well, the reason they do that is because if you don't do that, they have to take a tendon from your thigh.
Yeah,
And
that's
that
what
is-
Braylon elected to do.
That's what I did too. And it's extremely painful. And the recovery process is typically a little longer, but it's also, I don't know, I think it's disgusting to take somebody else's stuff. So I opted to just take it out of my thigh, but it is painful as hell.
Yeah, I bet. Stick, can we get a bouncer story? I was never a bouncer. Spence, were you a bouncer?
I bounced a little bit at some bars in East Lansing. I did a little bit at the Riv and a little bit at Luha's, and it's just, it's an easy way to make money.
Oh, yeah.
People walk up to you. I see these kids walk off, these frat kids. I know who they are. I'm like, yeah, $25.
You want to get in early?
Yeah, exactly.
Stand in the line?
So I didn't really. I fought a couple kids in bars before, not when I was bouncing, but just being drunk and aggressive. And I threw this dude through like 12 bar stools.
Nice.
My friends told me to fight him, and so that was a good story. It was on Halloween, and he was dressed as Superman. So,
So that he was lying.
yeah,
he was lying.
I sent him flying.
So yeah, I wasn't a bouncer, but I was a club host.
Yeah, you have bar stories.
I still am a club host, right? I'm in the bars all the time, but that does lead, when you're a bar host, you're kind of a bouncer too. You help out the bouncers, you let them know when problems are about to happen, and you get used to like looking and seeing things like, this guy, he's gonna be a problem. Head on a swivel. That's right, Fish. And I was hosting Voodoo in Canada. If you've ever been to Voodoo in Canada, it's now called
Canada,
Wild
how do you
Child.
not?
And this kid's getting all rowdy and getting in a fight, and I'm helping the bouncers out. The bouncers have already cleared out the first fight, and while the bouncers are clearing out the first fight, another fight breaks out, and there's no bouncers to be seen because they've already cleared out the first one.
Stick, get in there, break it off.
Exactly. So I grab this kid, I grip him up behind the neck, and I just start dragging him out of the bar like that. We get outside. The kid starts swinging on me. The cops are there. Cops know who I am because I'm at the bar weekly, and Canada's just a whole different world. The cops are super friendly.
Hey.
I'm literally got this kid by the back of the head, just like kneeing him in the face. I hit him 3 times in the face. And the cops tasered him.
Yeah.
It was the best.
Yeah.
It was the best. They're like, Stick, go back inside. And they tasered that kid. So that's always a fun story when you're beating the hell out of somebody. The cop rolls up and just tasers him.
Oh, yeah.
So shout out to Canadian police. Not Border Patrol, police. Border Patrol and me have some issues.
Wait, the Canada ones or the American ones?
Both sides.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Fish, how old are you? My wife is curious after seeing you on screen yesterday. How old are you, Fishy?
Well, a lot of people would say I'm about 8, 9, 10. No, I'm 21. So.
Adam.
Uh-oh.
When did you know that you were going to be on the radio? Was it in college?
I dropped out of college, number 1.
So did I.
Number 2, no, I had zero intention of ever doing sports talk. Zero.
Tell them how we began.
Stick called me and told me he needed a website. I built him a goddamn website. 2 years later, here we are. And even when we started the network, I was where Spencer was sitting.
Yep.
Building everything.
Yep.
And doing the studio stuff.
Yep.
The rest is history.
And even before that, Adam and I would just sit on my couch. And if you go back to like the first videos on our Facebook page, which is crazy because now we got over 25,000 everywhere. But if you go to like our first YouTube video, our first Facebook video, it's literally me and Adam just sitting there talking. Like very little arguing back then, Adam. Adam was very soft-spoken. They used to call him ASMR Adam.
Yeah,
they don't believe
By
it.
the way, to everybody who's like starting their own podcast or like getting into this, my first month, hell, 3-4 months. Yeah, I really think the Tigers are going to do well.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, I'm actually really concerned about it. Like, it takes a lot of reps and time to get not only confident in yourself, but you really just need time to develop your mechanics, how you speak, why you speak that way, the tone you have. That all takes time.
The pace.
And you don't really realize that until you start actually doing this stuff. So, obviously, I used to do, Adam's Bets on the morning show.
How do you not?
Long time ago.
They were good.
And then in August, when we switched over everything, the rest is history. But even in August, if you go back to August 2021, like my first 2 weeks doing the show with Kennedy and Jeff, I was way more ready, but still, like, it's not who I am now. You keep developing. That's the name of the game.
ASMR Adam is the question mark by YT Sparty.
Look,
Yeah.
if you guys
That
are
used to
paying
be the joke.
$4.99 a month, I will start at OnlyFans.
But seriously, go back and watch those videos if you're ever bored on a day that, like on the weekend when we're not live and stuff. My goodness, Spencer, are you getting that one too? It is sundress. The sundress season is here.
Why are you putting me on camera? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, sorry.
Let's see. Anybody else have a question? Did you guys fire Joik? No, we did not. Joik is still
busy as hell.
He's just busy as hell. He couldn't do 5 days a week anymore, but he's definitely loved here. He's playing on our softball team, the Space Dogs, this summer. So, Joik is still loved. He's still a part of the network.
Joik's a busy guy. He's got a lot of investment projects going on.
He's starting a new business.
He has a life. Yeah, he has a life. He's starting a new business, and if you can't commit 5 days, it's very difficult to really grow or build any chemistry, and that's why we're here.
Yeah, no, and listen, Joik being a part of this network early on, him and Sean Belizean coming on that early and signing on and believing in this project kind of made it valid. People are like, oh, they got a former NFL player over there? Like, it's not just Stick and Joey and some dude named Adam.
Yeah, everybody plays a part.
Yeah, so Joik was a huge part of our growing process. What do you predict the score will be for Lions at Bears Week 1? Ooh, that's a good question. While you think about it, I'm gonna go 27-17 Lions. We're gonna start off the year with a win. Justin Fields is gonna get pressured. Aiden Hutchinson's gonna have 2 sacks. It's my
45-10.
Lions?
Lions.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, 45-10.
45 points.
45-10. Justin Fields gets mauled. Aiden Hutchinson doesn't record a single sack. Josh Pascal 1 sack. The interior linemen each get a sack. Multiple interceptions. They put a ton of pressure on Justin Fields. Multiple pick sixes. It's going to be a hell of a game.
Wow.
Stay tuned.
All right. CT agrees with me. 27-17. Mike G saying Lions 31, Bears 27.
Think of the Bears game as... Here, you know what? I'm going to tell you exactly how the Bears game is going to go. Start of the game, Lions are going to be down 7-0. Jared Goff going to make a mistake. Lions will control the rest of the game, just like it happened to us with the Jets.
3 years in a row to rookie quarterbacks, you mean?
We don't have to talk about that, Stick. Come on, man.
I don't want to do that, that's for sure. What's going to be the next sport, if there was to ever be one to take the top 4 spots? Baseball, basketball, hockey, football. What's the next up?
Like the one to get the top spot?
Yeah, in the top 4.
So, the next to crack the top 4, I would say soccer.
Soccer?
Soccer eventually will kill baseball, I think. But it won't if they don't adopt a better system. This playoffs in soccer? What the hell is even that?
They're not going to adopt another system.
Upgrade one of the cup competitions.
There is other countries that use playoffs, not just
stupid,
playoffs.
But it's stupid. They should upgrade one competition, make a really solid cup competition format, make the league a point system, and allow relegation and all these DCFC type programs to try and get up.
Well, good luck. Simple. Good luck. Not going to happen. You're going to have to move to another country.
Nobody's cracking the top 4. I'm sorry, unless you want to professional, right? Because in my opinion, it's NFL, college football, NBA, NHL, and then I don't care about the rest.
Yeah, I think UFC. I mean, it's already shown its growth. It's shown how big it is. Boxing's on the way down. Yep. So, yeah, I'm going UFC is going to be next in there. But soccer, eventually America's going to adopt soccer. I don't know how, when, why. They're going to need like a Tiger. They're going to need like a Tiger Woods type influence. There needs to be a great American soccer player that we can all get behind.
Christian Pulisic.
I've never heard of him.
Well,
not great enough.
I'll
never heard of him.
No. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why you never heard of him.
They're hosting in 2026, so that'll help.
I've heard of Alexi Lawless.
This is the problem with America.
He's way back in the day.
In America, what happens after you finish high school? As an amazing prospect in soccer, you go to college.
Well, there are certain academies.
By 18 years old, if you haven't cracked a starting 11 in Europe, you are considered a failure.
What happened to Freddie Adu? That was supposed to be the next
step. 16-year-old bust sucked. Was not even good. Christian Pulisic is actually playing for one of the best teams in the world and is part of their starting 11. He's a damn good player. The problem is, again, he's not playing in the country, and the country that you have encourages kids to go to college instead of going to academies. And players like Pulisic, Clinton Dempsey, all these guys, they went and played overseas.
They have
not
certain
in the MLS.
Academies.
Yeah,
only
but
certain,
again, it's
like
not to
Dallas
the level.
has one, Houston has.
Again, it's not to the level. This country can never develop a Cristiano Ronaldo because he was playing on the streets of Portugal with no shoes.
Well, and let's face it, all of our best athletes are playing other sports too.
Thank you.
That's a huge part of this. Like, if LeBron James was out there, he'd be a pretty damn good soccer player. But he ain't playing soccer. He's playing basketball. And let me tell you about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness, your fitness is essential, and for just $10 a month, you can get yourself a membership. Plus, they got that black card, which makes you the VIP. You can bring a friend, work out with a friend. It makes it more fun. They have the cleanest gym that there is. You can do tanning there. You can do massage there. Everything that you need, all under one roof. Planet Fitness, $10 a month. Your fitness is essential.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
6 dark corners, a driveway and a patio, 5 windows that could become doors. Every house has unique security challenges. Guardian Alarm has more tech, more team, and more ways to help keep them all safe. Get a professionally designed and installed security and smart home system from Guardian Alarm. Sign up today and get a free video device. Guardian Alarm. Smart, right from the start. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT.
We all know Cade should have been Rookie of the Year, but you know the saying, Detroit versus everybody.
Uh-oh, Cunningham all by himself.
Woodward Sports.
Do you have a big project coming up? Because Alta Rents has you covered. With the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan, there is nothing your project can throw at you that Alta can't handle. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today. That's 844-GO-TO-ALTA today. Alta Equipment, where uptime matters.
Uptime! Uptime! I love this Gypsy vodka graphic in the background. This looks so
beautiful
good.
bottle.
Yeah, they do such a good job. I love that those guys are from Michigan, too.
Oh, yeah.
And if you ever
Locally
go up
owned,
to
baby.
Petoskey, they got
Locally
their
owned.
own bar up there. We got to make a Petoskey trip. Welcome back to the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in for Neil Rule. Adam Baydoun doing double duty today. Fish and Spencer also in here. We got about 4 minutes left in the show, so we could go to a couple more questions if you guys got those in the chat. Otherwise, man, I just love how nice it has been lately. Like yesterday, I was in my backyard with my dog. Just love that stuff. All right, Stick. Who has a better year one in the NFL? Haskins or K9? That's
Kenneth Walker.
I was gonna say that's an easy question. Haskins is going into a situation where he may not even see the field this year. He's going to Tennessee. So unless something happens to King Henry, we're not going to see much out of Haskins. But Kenneth Walker, to me, I have him projected as the #1 dynasty fantasy running back coming out this year, even above Breece Hall. A lot of people have Breece as your #1 overall, but there's already been talks about letting go of Chris Carson in Seattle. If they do that, K9's going to be the far and away #1 back there. They have kind of a heavy running system, especially now that they got rid of Russell Wilson. They're going to need to rely on that running game. Pete Carroll is already singing his praises, calling him a rocket ship out of the backfield. So, yeah, K9, if you're in a dynasty league or even in your redraft fantasy leagues, he should be considered a top 15. In dynasty draft, #1.
I'm with you on that. Who are the sluggers on the softball team, Stick?
Joik. Broder can smack that ball. Joik can hit it. Those are really our two main power hitters. Pat,
have a lot of guys.
When Pat's not drunk, Pat's really good.
Well, the good thing about our team is we have guys that can hit for power, but also just get on base.
Unlike the Tigers.
Yeah, and in softball, it's just important to get on base. Like, I'm not a power hitter by any stretch of the imagination.
Get on base, man.
But I think, like, last year there was a stretch when I was, like, 12 for 12 just getting on base. That's all you got to do. And then a guy like Broder comes up behind you.
Bang.
He hits the home run, and you just walk right into your dugout. But I can't wait. Stick, are you a Tigers slappy like Adam? I don't think Adam's a slappy, first of all. I think he just had hope going into this season.
I had educated hope. I mean, come on. You can't tell me they didn't get better with Baez, Meadows, Rodriguez, the multiple signings they had, the trade they made, and have one of the best managers in baseball, and they don't win more games than they did last year. I thought it was... And here's the unfortunate reality. I think I oversold, to be honest. I think I did oversell the bats. I think we relied on 2 rookies, an old Miguel Cabrera, an unproven Candelario, Scope, who had 1 good year. Meadows was a good pickup. Baez, good pickup, but typically always hurt like you've seen with him now. Yeah, that miscalculation on my end. My bad, guys.
Yeah, but it still doesn't make you a slappy. Listen, when you're putting all your opinions out there publicly on everything, you're going to miss sometimes, right? And as far as being a Tigers slappy, I'm more of a Lions slappy because when the Lions win or lose, it dictates my emotion. When the Tigers win or lose, it's just like, all right, the Tigers, they're going to do what they want to do. So
the NFL MVP next year.
NFL MVP next year. Oof. That is
Justin
a good
Herbert.
question. Huh?
Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert? That's a good one. Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen's on that list.
Josh Allen and Justin Herbert are the two that, in my opinion, are due for an MVP.
Yeah.
More so Josh Allen is due. I mean, I can't believe Aaron Rodgers beat him out. Whatever. We don't need to talk about it.
And if I want to throw in a non-quarterback, Justin Jefferson.
A non-quarterback MVP?
Yeah.
I mean, if Cooper Kupp didn't... I mean, come on.
Well, he got Super Bowl MVP.
No non-quarterback at this point if he didn't. That's unbelievable to me.
That defense is going to set Herbert up with so many short fields next year, though. That I think he's going to go crazy.
Yeah, and he's got some new weapons too.
Yeah.
So
but with
it's going to be interesting to see that. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to Big D Energy today.
Thanks, Dmac. Love you, bud.
Dmac overslept his alarm. He is healthy. He is good. He's just not here right now.
Too much
He'll be
fun
back
at the Detroit game
tomorrow.
yesterday.
I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a great Wednesday. Go Tigers.
I'm tired.
Go Tigers.